Line.
You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E podcast. You are here with your boy Q Hicks right now, and I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E podcast. Today we have a very special guest, a fellow St. Petersburg, Florida brother.
That nigga from Largo. I ain't claiming that nigga at St. Peter. That nigga from Largo. Now, he ain't from my city now. He ain't from my city now.
He from Pinellas County.
Though. He from the county though.
He definitely showing love. Pinellas County. Pinellas County Navy vet, Up in Flames podcast host. Everybody give it up for Mo Murphy, man. Thank you for joining us today.
Let's go, bro. We appreciate you coming on, my boy.
Hey, 100%, bro. I mean, I've been peeping y'all stuff for a minute now. Then hit y'all up, wanted the link. And then once I seen Q was from St. Pete, and then I looked and both of y'all was from St. Pete, I said, bro, we got to make it happen. I hit Q up. I was like, bro, you from St. Pete? Talking about what you know about my city? I'm like, bro, I'm from Largo, bro. We from the same county, bro. I know all about St. Pete.
Sir. Yeah, bro. That shit is all love, my nigga. That shit was definitely crazy, bro. So I had to get him on the pod just for that, just off the strength.
Right.
It's like, man, I don't even care you got a podcast, my nigga. You from my city, nigga, you got to get on the pod. And that's real.
Hey, we've been doing that a lot too. Like, and anybody that we review as far as athletes and stuff, if you're from the city, we definitely got to show you love. So, like, shout out to Pro Wells. We interviewed Pro Wells before he even.
Hey, shout out to Pro too now. Pro with the Bengals.
Yeah, shout out to Pro though. You know what I'm saying? I know he went to school with my sister when he transferred over there to Dixie. So I know I thought Pro was gonna be a basketball player. To be honest with you, running with him in the open gyms after I graduated, I thought he was gonna hoop. But I seen he was real medic in football, so I was like, okay, shout out to him though for making it to the league, bro. It's always love when somebody from 727 make it to the league. NBA, NFL, it don't matter.
Definitely.
That's real. Cause you see what my school was at. I think my school was like top 10 for most players in the league from Lakewood.
Yeah,
like,
we
that
got
shit's
9.
something different, my boy.
It's more than 9 now because Pro and like 2 other people I think from the city went in, so we got like 11 or 12 I think now.
That shit,
bro. I mean, really, bro, it's crazy. You'd have an argument who better, Largo, St. Pete, but like, bro, when it come down to it, bro, Lakewood got some ballers in the league now. Lakewood got some ballers in the league now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If this is your first time listening to the Q&E podcast, we do have 5 segments. We have our sports segment, 2 Wild Wednesdays. Social media wants to know our entertainment and current events, and also Pass the Aux. So definitely stick with us throughout our whole session. Usually every Thursday at 9 a.m. we are on the Nothing But Net station for Dash Radio, but we won't be having a new episode for tomorrow, so y'all can just skip the Dash Radio. But every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, we are usually on Dash Radio, so we definitely appreciate y'all's support. And let's dive right into it with the Aaron Rodgers news, man. Where Aaron Rodgers going, bro? It's a juicy situation right now. He said he wants out. We just had a live stream on April 30th, so if y'all haven't seen that, we go more in depth into that situation. But Mo, what are your feelings about Aaron Rodgers, bro? And what do you think he should do in this situation?
So I thought A-Rod put it out the day of the draft because I thought he had his eyes on San Francisco. Like, I just knew San Francisco was going to get Aaron Rodgers. They got a number 3 pick. They got Jimmy G. Whether you love him, like him, hate him, whatever, I'm like, okay, you can put Jimmy G. They get a future quarterback. They could get the best player at their position outside of quarterback, whether it was Kyle Pitts, however they wanted to do it. I thought he did that to go to San Francisco. You know, he from Cali. Kind of makes sense. LA Rams already got their quarterback with Stafford. Chargers already got their young quarterback with Herbert. So I'm like, okay, he trying to get to the West Coast. His girlfriend or fiance, I don't really know, is over there in LA. You know, he hosted the Jeopardy show. So I thought he did all this to get to San Francisco. I felt like that's why it came out the day of the draft. And I would love to see him in San Francisco. I mean, I'm not a 49ers fan, but I just think that would be a perfect, like a match made in heaven. And I'm looking for anybody that can take down the Bucs. So I would love for the 49ers to get Aaron Rodgers and take down the Bucs. Because, you know, I'm like the lone wolf from back home where I don't like the Bucs. But I know he's trying to get as close to the West Coast as he can. So I think Denver got a shot. I think the Raiders got a shot. I think the dark horse team will be New Orleans. Like, if it was like, who could get them that you're not hearing about, I think it'd be New Orleans. They so used to having a great quarterback. I feel like they in shambles. They drafted Ian Book. Bro, what better to replace Drew Brees than with the former, you know, the MVP last season, Aaron Rodgers. So I think if somebody was to make something shake, it'd be Sean Payton in New Orleans, but I think he's getting as close to the West Coast as possible.
Do you think that's on his mind, though? Like, is West Coast or nothing? Because I honestly think the Dolphins should be up there for him, bro. Dolphins, I think,
agree with Mo.
a great
I
fit.
It seemed like it's West Coast or nothing because, he said he was interested in going to Denver. Allegedly, like, I don't know how official, but I've seen Denver. Like, he'd be interested. Why would he want to go to Denver? I think the best, most ready team now that could trade for him would be Miami. Like, you could give up Tua. They got a bunch of draft picks. Then they got a bunch of players that if Aaron Rodgers get there, they ready now. They got Jalen Waddle, Parker, Will Fuller. You know what I'm saying? They got some good running backs that was like no names in college, but they good running backs. So I would say the win now team, if he went to Miami, watch out Kansas City. They might go to the Super Bowl, to be honest. Like, Aaron Rodgers is that good. But I think he's trying to get to the West Coast. And I thought he put it out today, like I said, because I thought he was trying to go to San Francisco, because San Francisco would have the best package with being able to offer Jimmy G, the number 3 pick, 1 to 2 more first-round picks, another player, whether it be, I heard Nick Bosa, like I was seeing that they offered Nick Bosa the number 3 pick and 1 or 2 more first-round picks. So I think that's why he put it out there. I think he just want to get to the West Coast.
But how much would you have to give up to get Aaron Rodgers, bro? Because we seen a trade earlier in the offseason with Matt Stafford, and they gave up 3 first-round picks. The Rams gave up 3 first-round picks. So if you're giving up 3 first-round picks for Matt Stafford, you can debate on if he top 10 or not. But he damn sure ain't Aaron Rodgers. So if you're giving 3 first-round picks for him, what you going to have to give up for the MVP? Edgar, what's your take on that?
You giving up at least 4 picks. You giving up 4 picks and at least 1 to 2 big names. Like, that is no less than that. 1 to 2 big names and 4 picks. Anything less than 4 picks, the trade is not happening, because you have to build your future after Aaron Rodgers is done, basically. So, and age isn't on his side. Yes, former MVP. He still got a good amount left in the tank. But once he's done, you're just going to be in rebuild mode. So you're going to have to figure out a way to you're going to have to figure out your plans both after Aaron Rodgers, even while he's there.
I feel like Denver is the team everybody is talking about, but I don't know how much I like that fit, though, bro. Are they really ready on the defensive side of the ball to actually get to a Super Bowl? And you in the same division as a Patrick Mahomes. Like, bro, I don't really like that for A-Rod. I don't like that for bro. That's Pat Mahomes, though.
And the wide receiver room in Denver is ready for him, bro. And the running game is solid enough to help him with the scrimmage yards. So I feel like Denver could still work. It's just Denver will have to give up so much to get him, and that will be the downfall with Denver. But I do like the San Francisco point you made, because everything, I didn't even pay attention to that. I didn't even pay attention to the Jeopardy thing, his significant other being out there. Those are a lot of motives to get him to San Francisco, and I didn't think about that. But I don't think the Saints, I feel like them drafting Ian Book was their way of saying, look, we're just going to start
Winston
fresh
is the guy.
all the way.
Why are you talking about Ian Book? Jameis Winston is that nigga.
Bro,
what are we talking about, bro?
Mo, you know what's crazy?
That nigga.
You know what's crazy? Yes. It's not that I think Jameis is the guy, but I think Jameis going to be a lot better for New Orleans than people think. Like, I'm not saying New Orleans going to win the Super Bowl, but I think Jameis going to be a lot better than people think, bro. You talking about, bro, Bruce Arians is the guy, bro. Just throw it down the field. And that's what Jameis did. And he did a really good, really bad job of it. Bro, the man threw for 5,000 yards. Yeah, he missed the 30 for 30, but he did throw for 5,000 yards. Bro, Sean Payton not going to call that same offense, bro. He not going to put him in positions to be throwing picks. Bro, Jameis was like that in college. Let's be honest. He just got into a system that wasn't built for him. I think Sean Payton, he going to get the best out of Jameis. The question is, what's going to be the best out of Jameis? But if I could get Aaron Rodgers, then Jameis can go bye-bye. But outside of that, bro, Jameis going to be the starting quarterback for New Orleans week 1. And I think if Jameis is healthy all year, and man, most of New Orleans is healthy, I think New Orleans go to the playoffs as the second best team in the NFC South. They'll be the second best team in their division with Jameis at quarterback.
I agree. That nigga tripping, bro. He a Bucks fan, so that nigga don't fuck with Jameis no more. He don't got a Super Bowl, so he don't know how to act, bro. He don't know how to act when he talking about Jameis, bro. That nigga petty. That nigga.
It's not going to work. I'm gonna tell you what I told him and a couple other people. When Jameis starts and when he starts playing like shit, like the shit he played for us for 5 years, I'm not gonna say anything.
It wasn't shitty though. It was the play calling. He just said it.
I'm just gonna sit back and I'm just gonna be quiet, and I'm gonna watch all of you be upset at the talent that is not being shown by Jameis Winston. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think Jameis gonna be that bad though. Like Jameis, bro, people sleep on Jameis good. I've been having this conversation with the guys on the network, and bro, Jameis is good. I get he missed the 30 for 30, but like Bruce Arians is like air it out. Jameis not that kind of guy. Like he'll air it out. He got 5,000 yards. Like let's give him credit for that. He did throw for 30 plus touchdowns. Let's give him credit for that. But like he's not a guy, bro. He can barely see. We know he squints to the sideline to get.
But
his
he got his
calls.
eyes right now, though, bro. He got his eyes right. He knew Jameis.
And he got Sean Payton. Sean Payton. When has Sean Payton ever
These
had?
niggas don't
I know
get
he's
it.
had Drew Brees, but like, bro, when has anybody ever been bad for Sean Payton? People got paid. Wide receivers, running backs, everybody got paid off of playing in Sean Payton's offense.
The fact that when
like
the
what you're
moment,
saying, Mo. I like what I
that
hear.
the moment came for when Drew Brees was hurt, the fact that they looked at Taysom Hill to take the starting spot over Jameis, you're picking an athlete that can kind of play
They
quarterback.
were trying to
over an
force it with him, bro. They
Taysom
were
Hill
trying to force
been
it
there
with
though.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill been there though.
No. If you see the potential in Jameis Winston, you're Sean Payton. Why not play the quarterback that is actually a quarterback, not the athlete that can kind of play
Because Taysom Hill offense, that was the difference. He know the offense.
Man,
Like, that's
Jameis was
what I
there
think.
long
He know
enough
the
to know.
offense.
Jameis was there long enough to know 10 to 12 offensive plays. Come on now, he ain't got to know
That's
the whole.
crazy.
And he went in there and slung a 50-yard touchdown.
No, that was a trick play. That was a trick play.
It's the
You don't want to give
Jameis.
that nigga no credit, bro.
No, I
don't
don't
get
get
I know-
The only reason
I know
that
Jameis
was
did
a
y'all
trick
dirty,
play.
but
It was literally a trick play. That was
Can we
not a
get
regular.
Aaron Rodgers,
football.
please?
with no
Y'all
wide
niggas wildin'.
receivers.
Y'all niggas is wild,
Nah,
bro. Y'all
you
niggas is
brought him
wildin'.
up. You brought him
Yeah,
up.
you brought
See that nigga? He that nigga. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say.
Anyway,
But I wanted to get
A-Rod
back
is
to- I
not
wanted to-
going there because I think Ian Book is the future of New Orleans at this
What?
particular time. At this
You're
particular time.
wild.
At this particular time, he is.
He wasn't
the
even
future.
good in college.
Okay.
That boy was midi in college. You crazy?
All the other
You gonna
quarterbacks
start
got
for an NFL
picked.
team?
All the other quarterbacks got
Hey,
picked.
we moving on, bro. We back to Aaron Rodgers, though.
All the other quarterbacks got picked.
You're talking crazy.
As
We
of
moving on.
right now, Ian Book is the future for them. That's who
Aaron
they're building.
Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers.
If
So
they
it
had their
seems
if they had their chips in on Winston, they would not have drafted Ian Book. That's all I'm saying.
so it seems like Aaron Rodgers wants the GM to be fired. So that looks like that's what he wants from Green Bay. So what do you guys see as the most likely happening to go down with this situation? He wants the GM to get fired. So do you think that would be easier for Green Bay because you're going to lose a Hall of Fame talent and you're not going to get that return on investment that you're going to try to get in a trade? So would you rather just rather find a new GM and keep Aaron Rodgers, or would you have to trade Aaron Rodgers? Like, which one would you guys rather do?
He's getting traded. Like we already said this before, owners feel like the inmates cannot run the prison, and if the Green Bay Packer organization really fires a GM as opposed to just trading a player, that will be revolutionary to the NFL.
But this is the MVP now. He's the MVP now, and he's the best player you ever had.
Man.
Time out. There's a difference. What you said, and I agree with what you said because they've thrown that out. Aaron Rodgers white, bro. Aaron Rodgers white.
That's the only reason.
Different, bro.
That's the
Aaron
only
Rodgers
reason.
white. It's
That'll be
not
the
like
only reason.
Deshaun Watson. It's not Dak Prescott. It's not Lamar Jackson. Bro, Aaron Rodgers white, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the inmates run the prison because what? 85% of them is black. But guess what? Last gym you got left on your franchise, Aaron Rodgers is a white quarterback. So I think he gets traded, but I don't think it's because the GM, it's either him or the GM. I think it's because Aaron Rodgers threw that out there because he just wants to get traded. But I could see if it really come down to Aaron Rodgers or the GM, bro, the GM getting fired. Now, let that be Baltimore, Houston, Dallas, bro, then no. Like, you know what I'm saying? But because of who their quarterbacks are. But Aaron Rodgers is right. He's not the inmate that run the prison. He's the warden. You know what I'm saying? He's the warden of Green Bay.
Hey,
outside of the
that was
owner,
smooth.
he's the warden. He's the warden.
That was smooth. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
That was smooth.
he's the
I
warden, like,
disagree.
because he's the white quarterback. Tom Brady. You weren't gonna fire Bill Belichick, so Tom Brady left. But at
Brady's
the
not
same
even the
time,
warden.
like Tom
He the
Brady left
judge.
as a free agent. They wouldn't have traded Tom Brady, period, point blank. Because when Tom Brady said he wanted Jimmy G out, guess what? Bye-bye Jimmy G. Hello, West Coast. Like,
that's a backup,
you know what I'm saying?
though. They ain't a GM.
But Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. Like, if he wants the GM gone, I'm not gonna say if they do trade Aaron Rodgers, it might be a smoke screen, and he said that because he knows they're not gonna get rid of the GM. Because he's been a decent GM. He been good except for Rodgers. Like, they built a really good team outside of wide receivers. Outside of Devontae Adams, who happened to be a superstar that you didn't get in the first round, bro, they haven't been. Aaron Jones popped and became a superstar, but outside of that, Valdez-Scantling, good, but he can't be your second best wide receiver. Like, I think if he's your third best, you got a good wide receiver core. But if it's Devontae Adams and Valdez-Scantling is your best, your second best, I don't think we good, but we not great. Aaron Rodgers wasn't great. He's a great quarterback. That's all it is. He wasn't great. And I know Valdez-Scantling, if I'm not mistaken, he from St. Peter.
He's from Lakewood, too. Yes, sir.
He good. He good. He just, if he's my second option, I don't know how great my wide receiver room is. But if he's my third, if I got Devontae Adams and I would have got Terrace Marshall Jr. in the draft just previous, or I would have got Justin Jefferson, and I got Valdez-Scantling, now my wide receiver, I got one of the best wide receiver rooms in football. But because Valdez-Scantling is your second best guy, I just don't think Aaron Rodgers don't love him. I don't think he love him.
It's funny. You seen that report that they tried to get Justin Jefferson last year? I think the GM had put out that report. Bro, they tried to put out that bullshit. No, they didn't.
Like, it sounded good, but it's like time and time again, they never got Aaron Rodgers no help. Like, literally, and then they go get, here's the thing, they draft Eric Stokes. Like, of all the corners you could have got, you ain't got the second best corner on the University of Georgia.
He ain't even better than Kevin King. He ain't even better than Kevin King.
But you ain't got the second best corner on his own college team in the first round. Like, that literally, if that ain't like a FU to Aaron Rodgers and like, we gonna build our team out, we wanna build our team, and if you wanna go, you stuck with us because we hold that kind of weight, you better retire, and they gonna make him pay that money. Aaron Rodgers ain't retiring, so
that's why I'm telling you, they're doing everything else to say fuck you to A-Rod. Why not do the ultimate fuck you and say we will trade you before we fire one of our own head office people? That's all I'm saying. They just say fuck you in every other way.
But he's Aaron Rodgers, though. Like, it's not like we talking about a bum. Like, we talking about Aaron Rodgers.
I agree.
If we talking about Dak or Jared Goff, we go down the line. I could name 20 quarterbacks. If we were talking about him, it'd be okay. We keeping the GM, he gone. But it's Aaron Rodgers, bro. It's one of the most talented quarterbacks we've ever seen in our lifetime. Period, point blank. He's not the GOAT, but like, we talk about Brady, he in the same sentence as Brady. You take away Super Bowls, you just look at how talented Aaron Rodgers is, bro. He right there. Yeah, like, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever watched. Best. Greatness is, when you talk about GOAT, you talk about Brady because greatness is championships. But best, bro, like, Mahomes is considered the next Aaron Rodgers. And hopefully, like, they're hoping he exceeds Aaron Rodgers. And we know how good Mahomes is. It's a reason why the next Aaron Rodgers becomes that much respect. And it's because Aaron Rodgers is that dude, bro. Like, he's really that dude.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up that Deshaun Watson point, because niggas was trying to compare the situation, but Aaron Rodgers is going to get it traded in June, bro. He going to get traded in a month or two. This nigga Deshaun ain't getting traded no time soon. We already know the allegations and all that shit, but still, he wasn't going to get traded before. Them niggas wasn't going to trade him. So we already see the differences in the situation.
Because you're not going to get much for Deshaun.
Ooh. Then my boy got cut off?
I don't know what happened.
Don't know what the fuck happened. My boy definitely got cut off.
My dog said you ain't going to get much for Deshaun, and then it went off.
Hey, the Houston listening to this shit, bro. Houston listening to this shit. But I'm glad he brought up the Houston point, bro, because the shit is such a sticky situation, and it's such a worse situation than Green Bay. So you will understand why Deshaun would want out. Like, y'all niggas is terrible, and y'all not going up anytime soon. Y'all don't even have a first-round pick. I don't even think they have a first-round pick next season. So it's just like, how do we know how good you're going to be? So we have to get out of here if you're Deshaun Watson. But Aaron Rodgers, you just got to the conference championship game, and you still want out? It's like, bro, Deshaun need to get out too. If y'all gonna listen to that nigga, y'all need to listen to Deshaun. So that shit definitely crazy, bro. That shit definitely crazy. Hey, my boy, you good?
My bad. I don't know what happened to my Wi-Fi.
Hey, you must got
It
T-Mobile.
cut
Hey,
me
you got
out.
T-Mobile in this motherfucker, boy.
Hey, you know what it is, bro? It's like we got to talking about Green Bay a little too much. They say, you know what, we gonna connect to this nigga Wi-Fi and cut him. He gone.
I said that shit was Houston. I said Houston cut your shit off, boy. No, they got the Sean ass in the loop right now. They got your ass too. Hey, for real. Hey, let's move on to the NFL draft, man. Great NFL draft. And who were the winners and losers for you guys, man? The biggest ones and some of you guys' favorite picks.
I'll say the Saints, the Browns, both of those teams were definitely winners. Even outside of the even Ian Booker one, like literally, like they built their defense up to last and make up for the fact that Drew Brees is not there. So regardless of who's in the quarterback position, I feel like the Saints won. I feel like Cleveland won. We already said it before about Justin Fields. Him going to the Bears, he lost, but the Bears won. The Bucks won, even though the
Bucks
first draft,
won.
The first draft pick.
I like their fourth round pick. Their fourth round pick was fire, bro. Jalen Darden. Oh, bro, he gonna be fire, but he ain't gonna get no playing time. That's a fire pick though.
They drafted a corner. We drafted a linebacker. The linebacker pick, I ain't really care too much for because I'm like, we got Devin White and Levante David. Why are we drafting another linebacker? But the corner pick that we had, and it was like another pick or two that I liked. So the Bucks plus re-signing everybody, we didn't lose at all. So I count us as winners.
Yeah. Y'all can have a terrible draft. Y'all niggas still would have been there.
Yeah, like the Bucks didn't need to nail it on the draft. They could reach. My favorite pick for the Bucks is Kyle Trask. I think that was the best pick
That's what it was.
for the Bucks.
Kyle
And the reason why they contemplated getting him at 32, and I wouldn't have been upset with them getting him at 32, but then the fact that they was able to double down and get him at 64.
Exactly.
Because I like Kyle Trask. First off, he's backing up Tom Brady. First off, we ain't talking about bringing a guy to save in the franchise like we talk about the Jets and whoever else, the Jaguars. You don't need Kyle Trask to save the franchise. You just need Kyle Trask to learn from Tom Brady. So you're hoping that he got the mind to learn from Tom Brady. I think he is. He was good in college. He was really good this last year. You look at the Bucks, they got weapons. So your excuse of like, well, he had all these weapons, aka Mac Jones. Bro, Kyle Trask gonna have the weapons in Tampa. They got Mike Evans for the long haul. They gonna keep Godwin for the long haul. Whether they lose AB after this year, there's plenty of drafts are so loaded at wide receiver.
We got Scotty
you gonna have
Miller.
Evans. You got plenty of weapons. Whether running back is an issue after this year, there's plenty of running backs coming in next year's draft. The offensive line is good for the next few years. You look at how they've built their offensive line. So I love the Kyle Trask pick because I love any guy that you feel like, you know what, we going to make him learn from Tom Brady. He going to have what? Brady said he got 2, maybe 3 years left? That means Trask, you ain't even got to worry about him unless Brady get hurt. But Brady only been hurt, once in his career? Way early, like in 06 or something? Yeah, 08. There it was, 08. So like that, we talking about 13 years ago he got hurt. Brady don't get hurt because what you do is you build an offensive line to protect him. We don't care about him running. He's the last of a dying breed. Like, you don't need a mobile quarterback when you got Brady. He's the last of it. Manning gone. Ben Roethlisberger about out. Tom Brady. And he's the GOAT. Like, Tom Brady's an exception to any rule because he's the greatest quarterback of all time. But I love the Kyle Trask pick. I can't really rock with the Saints being winners. I feel like they reached with old buddy from Houston. I forget his name, but in the first round.
In the first round. Pat something, bro.
Yeah, that was terrible to me. Like, you lost Drew Brees, so you don't have a great quarterback to make up for the lack of weapons you have. You lost Emmanuel Sanders. I just knew Terrace Marshall or Elijah Moore was going to New Orleans, and they went on the defensive side of the ball, and they didn't go corner. I thought they would have went the best available corner to put on alongside Marshawn Lattimore. So I don't really like New Orleans. I like Miami. I think Miami really won. When you look at a team that missed the playoffs at 10-6, that didn't have a lot of holes, and a lot of people like the shit on that Jalen Waddle pick. Bro, he's a slot receiver. But a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people in the reaction after they drafted him, and I know they took him before Devontae Smith, but like, I got Will Fuller and I got Devontae Parker. I need a slot receiver.
And then they still got Grant too, number 19. Grant.
Yeah, and Jalen Waddle played with Tua. I know so did Devontae Smith, but you weren't getting Devontae Smith to play in the slot, and Parker and Fuller aren't slot wide receivers. So I got the best guy who's going to play in the slot. And it was Jalen Waddle. Like, I think that man, we talk about Tyreek Hill and we try and compare all these speedy receivers. Bro, I think he's Tyreek Hill 2.0 right now. Rookie year. Like, Tyreek Hill wasn't that great his rookie year, bro. Like, his past couple years, he worked hard and got better. I think Jalen Waddle is what Tyreek Hill is to the league right now. Like, as long as he come back healthy from his ankle. So I think them, and I think the Chargers won too. I think the Chargers were the big winners. First round, they get a guy to protect Justin Herbert. They get Asante Samuel Jr., who I think was kind of a steal in the second round, able to get him. Yeah. Like, their defense supposed to come back healthy. Hopefully Derwin James play a whole year. So I think the Chargers won too, because they didn't have a lot of holes to fill either. They lost a lot of close games. Justin Herbert, another year after coming off of Offensive Rookie of the Year. So I think they won. And if I was to name one more team, I agree with Cleveland. Like, I do think Cleveland won.
Browns
they're
won
another team. They're another team who didn't have a lot of holes. They get Greg Newsome in the first round, which a lot of people seem like a reach. But when I look at they got Newsome and still was able to get JOK in the second round, who he would have been arguable. Like, if they would have took him in the first round, he would have been okay. Like, if you would have took JOK in the first round, it'd been justified. It'd been a great pick. But now you got Newsome and JOK. Bro, that's a win. Like, they got their quarterback. I don't know if he's a quarterback of the future, but they got their quarterback. They kept both their running backs. They got Odell coming back healthy this year. He may be traded, but, that's a conversation for later. They got Jarvis Landry. They got Peoples Jones at wide receiver from last year. Like, their offense is set. Their offensive line is good. They D-ends is good with Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney opposite each other. They needed a linebacker, and they got a for sure corner in case Greedy Williams hurt, in case Denzel Ward go down again. They went and got Newsome, who was the best corner available at that point in time. So I think the Browns, the Chargers, and the Dolphins were the three biggest winners, though, because I look at their team. They ain't have a lot of needs, but the needs they had, they filled right away. Like, they filled them right away. The Browns, won a playoff game last year? If Baker could take just a little step, they could be in the AFC Championship conversation.
Definitely.
The Chargers could be a playoff team. Like, the Chargers could be a playoff team. And then you look at, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at the Dolphins, they were 10-6. How many years does a 10-6 team miss the playoffs? Let alone, you talking about 10-6 with the improvements, they could be 11-5, 12-4, possibly compete for Buffalo to win their division. Like, I think those three teams with the minimal needs they had, they addressed the little bit that they needed. I think with Miami, my only thing is if Tua takes that next step, Miami going to be perfectly fine. They're going to go, this year 17 games, so I think 11-6, 12-5 would be, like, good for Miami. If Tua can take that next step, he has no excuse now. He got weapons. They went and got another tight end on top of Gesicki. They went and got another receiver. They signed Will Fuller. So he has no excuses. If he's bad this year, you might look at Miami no matter what. They got a lot of draft picks next year. They might look to get a quarterback next year. Like, it's very possible.
Exactly.
Tua on notice this year, but I think he can handle the pressure. He did really good in Alabama with all the weapons. In Miami, he got all the weapons. He got Devontae Parker, Will Fuller, and Jalen Waddle, and Gesicki. I think he'll be fine. So I think those are my three biggest winners: is the Browns, the Chargers, and the Dolphins.
I got the Browns. Definitely, I agree with everything you said about the Browns, bro. Minimal needs, and you get JOK at whatever they got him in the 50s at a position of need. They needed linebackers, bro. That's crazy, bro. So I love the Browns draft. And I also want to show love to the Ravens, bro. I love the Ravens draft because they got my boy weapons. My boy just needed some weapons, dog. He's been working with some trash the past couple of years other than Marquise Brown. And I feel like you got him a true number one receiver in Rashawn Bateman, what he needed. And you also add on somebody like a Tylan Wallace. I love what they built with the offense. I think their offensive line is going to be shaky because they lost a lot of pieces with the offensive line. They just traded Orlando Brown to the Chiefs. So I think their line should be shakier than in past seasons. But I love that they also built their offensive weapons, bro, because that's exactly what my man needed to take that next step for Lamar Jackson. So I love the Ravens draft as well, man. And what was some of you guys?
Be that accurate picks? Now.
Yeah, bro. Rashad Bateman release game is something crazy.
Like,
dog.
He had to be perfect. The thing is with Lamar, you talk about Mahomes and all. They didn't have to be perfect. They got Kelsey. They got Tyreek Hill. You talk about Aaron Rodgers with Devontae Adams. Like, they ain't have to be perfect. They got guys who could go get a bad Pat. Tom Brady had, the plethora of weapons he had. Lamar Jackson had to be perfect. Now he got Rashad Bateman, Tylan Wallace. You talking about a Bateman, Wallace, Willie Snead, and Marquise Brown I like that wide receiver core. I don't know if it's like top 5 wide receiver cores, but he gonna be fine. He got the running game with. Yeah, he got the running game. Obviously, him and then Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. So they're gonna be fine. The offensive line gonna be a little shaky, but you got the most elusive quarterback to get out of situations we've seen since Michael Vick. So I don't think it's gonna be the worst offensive line in the world. So they'll be fine. So I do love what the Ravens.
How you feel about
did.
Sean Wade dropping to the 5th though? How you feel about Sean Wade dropping to the 5th? And then them get snagging him.
I love it because me being a Buckeyes fan, I feel like he landed in the best position. I think he was a late first round, early second round had he went into the draft last year. But people probably would have drafted him as cornerback 1. Obviously, we seen him play this year, but he played terrible. Like, he was horrible. Yeah. It was hard to watch. But now you got Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey. You about to put him right into the position that everybody thought he was a first round, early second round pick. That's a slot corner. Or you move him to safety. That was his bread and butter, was slot corner and safety. So I love that Sean Wade landed in Baltimore. And I told a lot of people, I'm like, bro, he's one of my sleeper picks. And it's not about him and me loving Ohio State. It's about looking at a guy that I've watched closely and knowing where his best fit is. And I think his best fit, you look in Baltimore, if you put him in slot corner, I think he's going to be elite. He was elite at Ohio State in the slot alongside Okudah and Arnett. Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters pretty damn close to the college version of Okudah and Arnett. So I think, or you move him back to safety. So I love the fit in Baltimore. Had he went to a team that I don't think he fit and they looking for a future corner, I wouldn't love it. But they got Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters. They don't need him to do nothing this year except be a great slot corner. And I think that's exactly where his bread and butter is. So I do love that Sean Wade went to Baltimore.
And another one of my favorite picks of this draft, bro, is Micah Parsons going to the Cowboys, my nigga. He's finna be a top 5 draft talent, bro. I swear to you he is, bro. He's the best defensive player in this draft, bro. I don't know how you feel from a Cowboys perspective. I feel like that was somebody you needed after Sean Lee retired and Vander Esch is always in and out. I feel like he's not a perfect fit, but I think talent-wise, he's great. Talent-wise, he's a top 5 player in this draft, bro.
I like
you can play him at DN and linebacker. I like it, bro.
I liked it. I didn't love it, though, because I feel like our number 1 need was corner. And I watched both of the corners I wanted go 8 and 9. And I was sick. And I was like, bro, what are we going to do? And I was scared because I seen Devontae Smith sitting there. Jerry Jones already said we might do something unconventional. And I'm like, boy, Devontae Smith sitting there. We knew he loved Kyle Pitts. Everybody and their mama knew Kyle Pitts wasn't finna sit there at number 10. Nah. So I'm like, okay, Devontae Smith sitting there. We got Michael Gallup, who's going to be a free agent after this year. He might go Devontae Smith, have a Smith, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper for the future.
That's crazy.
I would have liked it. But offense is never our issue, bro. It's been the fact we could score 40, but we can't stop teams from scoring 45, so we had to go defense. So I do like the Michael Parsons pick, and I do think he was the best defensive player in the draft. I just don't think he filled the biggest need for us. But I looked at, we added Keanu Neal. We added the other safety from Atlanta. We kept we let go of Wuze, but we kept Jordan Lewis. We got Trayvon Diggs at corner. We ended up adding 2 more corners in the draft. Kelvin Joseph, who I do love. I actually love the Kelvin Joseph pick a little more than Michael Parsons because I just love whoever the corner we was going to get. So I do like Michael Parsons since we addressed a guy like Kelvin Joseph in the second round. But I just didn't love it at the time. When they announced Michael Parsons, I was like, damn, we got the best defensive player in the draft. I'm supposed to feel better than this. But, his name wasn't J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. Right. So I liked it. I just didn't love it. But now that we addressed the corner situation, we addressed the safety situation, and the fact that we got Keanu Neal might play linebacker, so we might
Don't say no crazy shit. Don't say no crazy shit, bro.
No, we might put Michael Parsons at DN.
I felt you building up to something.
No. Man, look, I'm not making no projections to Dallas. I'm just saying, now that we can have that option to put Michael Parsons at DN or a linebacker, whether we run a 3-4 or a 4-3, that's where I love him at, is we can put him alongside DeMarcus Lawrence on the edge in a 4-3, or we could go 3-4, and we got, you know what I'm saying, Keanu Neal, Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, and Michael Parsons. So I do love the way we could change our defense. But, you know what I'm saying, I would have loved J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain more. I was high on J.C. Horn. I thought he was the best corner.
Where did J.C. Horn fall to again?
Carolina at number 8.
Carolina.
And then Patrick Surtain went number 9. And that's when I got scared because I'm like, we going to go offense because Devontae Smith sitting right there. Which you can't hate that pick, but you know, like, you got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup. You didn't need another receiver. It's a luxury, but like, bro, our defense was terrible. And then injuries, I'm like, I would have been okay if we would have got Rashawn Slater at that point too. If we would have went number 12 and got Rashawn Slater, our offensive line getting old, they getting hurt. So I would have loved him there too. But I do like the Michael Parsons pick, and I think I'm going to look back 5 years from now, and I'm like, man, that was a great pick. I'm glad we ended up, I'm glad Horn and Surtain went. As good as they're going to be, as good as I think they're going to be, I'll probably look 5 years from now and be like, we did get the best defensive player in this draft. But I think JOK was one of the best defensive players in this draft too. So for him to fall in the second round is why I 100% agree that Cleveland won this draft.
And Edgar, bro, do you have another favorite pick before we move on?
Other than Kyle Trask was my favorite pick. Home team. I felt like he was deserving of winning the Heisman until like the last 2-3 games of the season.
Or they folded.
I'm about to say I can't even say it was fully him, but he did have a part in folding. But the talent that Trask has, learning under Brady, I totally agree. So Trask was my favorite pick. I really did like J.C. Horn going to the Panthers because I feel like they need another name to build on other than Christian McCaffrey.
After they lost Bradbury, their cornerback's been terrible.
Yeah, they needed him.
I love J.C. Horn's game. Like, he gave so many people problems, bro.
I think he the next
Jalen Ramsey. Seth Williams game.
I was saying that.
I think he the next Jalen Ramsey, and that's why I had him as the number one corner.
I don't think he that good, bro.
It is tough, but that's why I had him over.
Crazy.
That's why I had him over Surtain. Like, going into the draft, I had him as the number one corner. Because I looked at Surtain as being really good. Like, I think it'll be really good Pro Bowl. But I think J.C. Horn will be like all pro. Like, your Pro Bowls, you got about 8 Pro Bowl corners. You got about 2 in each conference or 4 in each conference. I think he's all pro, like first team in the next 3-4 years. So that's why I love J.C. Horn. And you talk about, you look at his numbers, there's only been one receiver in his career at South Carolina that had over 50 yards against him, and that was Devontae Smith with 61, who won the Heisman. He's a lockdown corner. Jalen Ramsey was that same way, and he played corner and safety in college. But Jalen Ramsey is that same way. I don't care about interceptions. I don't
know if he's that physical. Is he physical like Ramsey though?
Oh, definitely.
Ramsey was different when it came to physicality.
The thing is, don't look at J.C. Horn year one and say he can't be the next Jalen Ramsey. Because year one, Jalen Ramsey was good. He wasn't great. But after he got accustomed to that NFL lifestyle and realized, you heard what Jalen Ramsey said, I slid into wide receivers' DMs the night before we played him just to piss him off. Once you figure out that
formula. Until he ran into my nigga Steve Smith had to get that to him, boy.
But Steve Smith, an OG, like a young bull tried to disrespect the OG. That's a difference. Like, you can't be 23, 24 disrespecting no 35 guy who been doing this because he not going for it. And we know Steve Smith was a bad boy at the NFL. Like, not only was he a great receiver, he was a bad boy, bro. He wanted all the smoke with anybody. He didn't care about your name, number, team, championships. He ain't care about none of that. Steve Smith wanted all the smoke with everybody.
His own teammate in the nose, my nigga. He don't give a fuck about nobody.
No, not at all.
In the nose, bro.
Steve Smith was built different. Like, he's from that era before where, like, he just built different. You're not going to find another Steve Smith in the next 10 years. Like, it's going to make the era have to change to go back. You're going to have to circle back old school to find the guy where you be like, he's Steve Smith. Because nobody's compared to Steve Smith. At the end of the day, everybody compared to Hopkins and Michael Thomas, all these new guys, but you don't see the next Steve Smith because there ain't a guy bad enough to be the next Steve Smith. It ain't a wide receiver bad enough.
Hell no, man. Let's move on to some NBA. Are the Lakers in trouble? They have lost their last 6. They have lost their last 6 of 8 games, bro. They're on a slide. LeBron just came back a couple of games ago, and they lost, and now he's been out for the past 3 games, going to miss the next 2. How do y'all feel about the Lakers moving forward, man? They in a slide. They talking about playing. They in that playing conversation. How y'all feel about the Lakers right now?
I'll let Mo go first.
They're gonna be okay. Like, first off, now if LeBron tweaked his ankle again, that's the problem for me. Is if he not 100%. And the only thing, I love LeBron. I'm a huge LeBron fan. Like, I think he's the greatest player of all time. But LeBron kind of making excuses. I don't know if I ever be 100%, Whoever
I
should
heard that.
whoever made this play-in tournament should be fired. Like,
Oh,
bro,
I got the clip, my brother. I got the clip. Let me roll it.
The play-in tournament, and they're not positive. Take a listen.
It doesn't matter at the end of the day if I'm not, 100% close to 100%. It don't matter, where we land. So, that's my mindset. And if this happens to we end up at 6th or 5th or whatever the case may be, or if we end up in the playoff, whatever that thing is, whoever came up with that need to be fired.
You know what it's called, bro.
Whatever.
Like this nigga talking about, bro. I hate niggas like him, bro. Bro. We just seen the same shit with Luka, bro. Luka was like, oh, I don't fuck with the play-in, but they don't won a couple of games, so we ain't heard Luka say shit about no play-in after that. And now the Lakers are slipping back into that territory. And now everybody talking about, oh, we don't fuck with the play-in. It's just when y'all niggas get close to that territory, now y'all talk about it. When y'all was in first place, I ain't hear Bron talking about no damn play-in, bro, or before the season. So that's
he was promoting it. He was promoting it. Portland and Memphis and all them other teams. Phoenix should have a chance. He was promoting the play-in. Now, had he have said, I promoted it last year because we were in a bubble, we were in a sticky situation, and then doubled down and was like, I hate this shit, I'd be okay. But the fact that, like, you didn't say nothing all year, you knew the play-in was a realistic thing. You ain't say nothing all year until you got hurt. And I love LeBron. Like, I think LeBron 100% with AD 100%. I don't care who they got to play. They're going to have to go through a gauntlet in the Western Conference regardless. Whether it's home or away, it doesn't matter. You going to have to play Phoenix, Utah, the Clippers, Denver. Like, you going to face 3 of those teams no matter how you want it.
Hold on, what you saying with that, though? You saying they finna get knocked off?
No, I don't think so. But what I'm saying is, like, it was going to be tough for you to get to the finals. I don't care whether you was 1, 5, 7, 9. It doesn't matter. It was going to be tough. So I don't think the Lakers are in trouble. The only way they're in trouble is if LeBron realistically isn't going to come back 100%. But if AD healthy, and we seen him play healthy the other night against Denver, where it was a sloppy game, but they ended up winning. AD had that block at the end of the game, and I know they was already up 4, but it was like to secure the win. AD played really good against Jokic. I know Jokic went off, but still, like, AD looked the best he looked since he came back from injury. So if LeBron does end up coming back 100%, no, the Lakers aren't in trouble because there's not a team in the Western Conference better than the Lakers at 100%. You mano y mano, all the teams 100% against the Lakers. Is not a team. I don't care about where Game 7 is at. We talking about Game 7 with LeBron James. There's not a player in the Western Conference that I would take in a Game 7 over a healthy LeBron James. And I don't care about no Kawhi. I love Chris Paul. I don't care about Chris Paul. I don't care about Devin Booker. I don't care about Steph Curry. I don't care about none of them guys. If I'm Game 7, home or away, and I got LeBron James, I feel pretty good about my chances winning that series because I got LeBron. I got, and whether you think he's the GOAT or not, I got the greatest guy of this era in a Game 7. And I might have the second best player, depending on what team you're playing, I might have the second best player on the floor in Anthony Davis. Outside of what? The Clippers and maybe Denver, if you take Jokic over AD at 100. Anybody else in Game 7, LeBron and AD is going to be the 1 and 2. The 2 best players on the court. Even Phoenix, I love Chris Paul, but Chris Paul isn't better than LeBron James or Anthony Davis, and neither is Devin Booker, as much as I love Devin Booker. So I don't think the Lakers are in trouble unless, like, a week or 2 from now, we hear LeBron might not even be back for, like, Game 1 or 2 in the first round of the playoffs. Now they might be in trouble because they're looking at playing Denver or the Clippers in the first round. So if that's the case, if he's not back by playoff time 100%, the Lakers could be in trouble. But right now, I think they're perfectly fine.
I think they're in trouble. I'm going to go on record saying again that I do not think either LA team will make it to the conference championship, let alone the actual NBA finals. I've been saying this multiple. I've said this multiple episodes, Mo. So this ain't my first time saying it. But I'm a huge LeBron fan, my favorite player of all time. But I honestly, and I seen a poll about this today, and it's due to injury. But I think we're starting to slowly see the decline of LeBron. And as great as
I
he's
don't see. I seen that poll too, bro.
as great as he still is, because even at 85%, you don't want to mess with Bron. Like, let's be honest.
He played
but
mind games.
He does, bro. But everybody hit a decline sooner or later, and it happens when you least expect it. It might happen through an injury. It might happen.
Brady hasn't hit it yet.
Brady
hasn't hit it yet.
Man, Brady filled with weapons galore right now.
LeBron is the NBA version of Brady, bro.
But I don't, and that's I'll get into that argument later. But back to this topic, I honestly feel like health reasons, I feel like the Lakers are in trouble. If they get in a play-in situation, I trust them to win that at least. But once playoff time starts, I don't see them making it to the conference finals at all. I told Quincy, if they have to play Denver, and Denver is at 100% health, even with Jamal Murray out, I still see them winning the series, honestly, because Denver is just that tough. And then you already talking about Phoenix with the three-headed monster, CP3, Booker, and Ayton. The Clippers, even if the Clippers beat them in the first round if they play, I still see the Clippers losing later down the line. So health reasons alone, I'm worried about the Lakers, not even considering the fact that they're going to have to play just as talented teams. I love LeBron. If he somehow pulled through and win this shit, that's great. But I just don't see it happening this season.
I honestly am not overreacting to this shit, bro. If, like you said, it's all on LeBron's health. If LeBron come back 85%, I'm chilling, my boy. And I honestly don't think it's going to be that hard of a path, because we said the same shit last year. We said this is going to be one of the hardest paths LeBron done went through. He got to see Portland. He got to see Houston. We thought the Clippers was going to be there, but they ended up seeing Denver. But we said the same shit. And I feel like I'm hearing the same type of things. Like they're going to see the hardest matchups, and I think it's going to be 5-game series in the first couple of rounds. Even if they see Houston, if they see a Utah, if they see a Utah, if they see a Suns, 5. I don't think they're getting past 6. I think they're going to get to 6 games with the Clippers. That's it. I think it's going to be 5, 6.
Every series that they're going to play in, let's say they do get to the conference finals or the NBA finals. Every series they're going to be in is going 6 games. 5 to 6 games.
6 with the Denver with the healthy Bron?
With the healthy Denver.
Denver's not going to be healthy though.
They missing Murray.
Jamal Murray gone. He's gone.
Murray gone.
I promise you.
Murray's gone for sure. And we've seen what happened with Murray healthy. 5 games. Bye-bye.
That's what I'm saying. So if you see Denver in the first round, we smacking Denver.
He going to be at 100%. LeBron said that. Because he plays mind games. He's LeBron. He's building up his 5th championship. We know this. We've seen it. LeBron is building up his 5th championship.
I'm hoping you're right. I honestly am.
He's building up his goal case. He's done that. He's done this for the past, 4 to 5 years, ever since he made this statement after watching the replay of the Golden State Cleveland game when he made that block. He said at that moment, that made me the greatest player of all time. He's building it up from then on. Last year, he built it up. And I know a lot of people want to call him the Mickey James. From the bubble, bro, he earned that championship. I don't care.
He did.
The only person that's hating on LeBron for winning last year's championship is Skip Bayless. And he's making a living off of hating on LeBron. Talking about, oh, well, the bubble. He didn't play the Clippers. LeBron can't control who he plays. All he can control is performance when he plays his team. The Clippers giving up a 3-1 lead, that's not LeBron's fault. So anybody who's like, oh, well, they didn't play the Clippers, so they didn't really have a real challenge. Well, I think Denver coming back down 3-1 was a pretty damn good challenge to play in the Western Conference Finals. So I think LeBron going to be at 100%. He's just building up. He's taking a little more time off because you know what? He enjoyed that time off due to COVID last year. He enjoyed them 2 months off heading into 2-3 months off heading into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you know what he's doing? He's doing the same thing, bro. He came in there and he said, you know what? I ain't feel like playing that hard. We lost to Toronto because I didn't want to play that hard. We lost to Sacramento because I didn't want to play that hard. But guess what? I'm just going to sit out the next couple games because what I don't want to do is have everybody talking bad about me if I don't come to play against the Clippers. What I don't want everybody to do is talk bad about me if I don't play good against Portland. So I'm going to just sit those 2 games out. Maybe I'll return after that, but if not, I'll return round 1 of the playoffs, and I'll remind y'all why my nickname is King James.
I think this is.
Goat
I think
James.
this is going to be.
I
I think this will be the year that we see the transition and the passing of the torch. I think we will see the passing of the torch to AD this season, and we will see AD be the Finals MVP and the best player on the Lakers this season. I think this will be the passing of the torch season. I think this will be it, bro. I think AD is going to show in the playoffs that everything is going to flow through AD.
No
LeBron
team
gonna be like,
that LeBron James,
everything was going to flow through AD.
I agree with everything flowing through him, but I
he
feel
gonna show
like
on both sides of the ball, and he
is
will be the
on.
Finals MVP.
I
LeBron's
just don't.
still
I
getting
agree with
finals
you
MVP.
that they win. Like I agree that you would say they win the final. I just can't say that any team that LeBron is on, he's not gonna be the Finals MVP. That's my only thing. Even if AD played a little bit better
Defensively, though, you can't think about the defense, the impact he has defensively.
defense
AD
doesn't
literally play an all-around better game, and Braun still
but-
get the Finals MVP.
But yeah, defense
Y'all
doesn't
talking
make
wild.
you. Nah, it's not about that. I think AD is a great player, and I think defensively he's an impact. Look at the Lakers. When he's on the court, they're a great defensive team. What? The second best defensive team in the NBA? The only thing is, I just don't see a team with LeBron James on the jersey of whatever team he play for, any other player winning Finals MVP unless that man's name is Kevin Durant. Because that's the only player I think is close to him as far as best player in the league. So I just
It's been
don't
2
see.
years where two people could have got it over him, bro. It was 2 years. It was the 1 year he choked against the Mavericks because D-Wade damn sure would have won the MVP. And it was last year when the first 5 games, when they thought they was going to beat Miami in 5, that Finals MVP was going to AD. They strung out the series, and that shit ended up going to Bron because Bron took over those last 2 games. And that's when Bron ended up taking over.
But
bro.
like Rondo, they really ended up winning that series because Rondo and KCP stepped up though. Like them
But Bron was
like
the one getting the most of the credit, and AD was injured, is what I'm saying.
'Cause
But
he's
it was
LeBron
going to be AD's
James.
Finals MVP. Yeah.
But he's LeBron James. Anthony Davis still don't have that juice over LeBron. Like at the end of the day, it's narratives and like, because at the end of the day, bro, Steph Curry has 3 championships and hasn't won a Finals MVP. There's no way in hell you could tell me Iguodala deserved that Finals MVP over Steph Curry, bro. We talking about, he shut down LeBron. Bro, this man LeBron averaged what, like 32, 9, and 8? Bro, it was just a simple fact, like Steph Curry didn't have 30 points a game is why they gave it to somebody else. But there's no way. I get the 2 with Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant is the best player on the team. He's better than Steph Curry. But to say that Steph Curry has 3 championships and don't have a Finals MVP, that's because his name ain't LeBron James. LeBron not winning 5 championships and not having 5 Finals MVPs attached to his name. Bro, they building the case for a GOAT. That's the argument. That argument sells. That argument has you tuning in on FS1. You know how many, bro, you know if LeBron win the championship, you know how many people will watch FS1 to listen to Shannon Sharp, clown Skip Bayless? Like, FS1 will be at an all-time high because Shannon Sharp will get the kill. Man, but it will be at an all-time high if Shannon Sharp gets the clown Skip Bayless because LeBron and the Lakers won the championship and he won his 5th Finals MVP. Like, it'll be at an all-time high. It's all for the money. LeBron will win Finals MVP if they win the championship because he's not going to play bad. Like, it's just period point blank. He's not going to play bad.
All right, bro. We going to see. We going to see. Now, let's move on to the other team in the Eastern Conference. Not the Nets and not the 76ers, but the Bucks. The Bucks had 2 nice wins over the Nets, granted with no James Harden. But are the Bucks turning a corner? It looks like Giannis is stepping up, bro. Guarding the best player in KD in the clutch minutes, scoring 40 in both games. What are we seeing with Giannis right now? Are we seeing a changing of the guard? Is where the Bucks step up in the playoffs?
All we saw was the regular season Bucks. That's all we saw.
Is that what y'all checking it up as? Are we not going to see a change of the guard
all
in the
we saw
playoffs?
was the regular season Bucks. That's all we saw. Come playoff time, you know what the fuck finna happen.
I mean, I think the Bucks are turning a corner, but I would say they're turning a corner because now I think it's realistic that it's possible we see a Bucks and Nets in the conference finals and not Nets and 76ers. I think maybe that's why they're turning a corner. Maybe they be good enough to beat Philly, but I don't want to hold too much weight in them beating what Kyrie and no Harden. Like that's a big deal because once Harden got to Brooklyn, bro, he looked like an MVP candidate. We know how good Harden is, and we know he folds in the playoffs. I know that. The deeper it gets, Harden folds in the playoffs.
No, we're not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that.
Harden folds in the playoffs. The deeper he gets, the less he gets.
I feel like he folded one time in the playoffs.
He's
Y'all
folded about
took
2 or
that
3
narrative
times.
and ran with it, bro.
He's
I
folded,
don't agree with
bro.
that
He's
shit,
folded
bro. I
about
don't
2 or
agree
3
with that
times,
shit, bro.
I
But-
say one.
Like,
Nigga
I
was
even
about to
say-
win a championship,
Bro,
Y'all
I'll
niggas
even say
disrespecting
he
this
folded.
man, bro.
I definitely say he folded in the conference finals against Golden State when even though CP3, bro, James Harden led that team. They were up 16 points against Golden State.
The man
Now, let's
went
be-
1 for 31 from 3. Like, come on,
Like,
bro.
and-
No
but
Chris Paul.
But James Harden, with no Chris Paul, James Harden in that game 6 was also up 16 points. And that's why you say they were missing Chris Paul, because they didn't have a guy to manage the lead. So that's why I say Harden failed in that series, is because they could have used Chris Paul to manage the 16-point lead that James Harden led them to, but they still was trying to play that James Harden, Mike D'Antoni offense and get a shot off in 8 seconds. And that's not how you win a championship when you up 18. Because let alone if they win that game and they go on to the finals, James Harden has a championship, and from here on out, there's no more pressure for the rest of his career. He don't have to win 4 or 5 championships. He really don't care. James Harden not chasing GOAT status. He's not going to be the greatest player of all time. So whether he win 1 or 5, it really doesn't matter. He won't be considered the GOAT. All he needs is that 1. But I do think the Bucks are turning a corner. And like I said, I could see them being the team in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I do agree that it is the regular season Bucks. Like, we just finally are seeing the regular season Bucks. What they gonna do in the playoffs? Like, that's my only thing.
How do you think Drew Holiday would impact this team though, bro? Because I think
Not
he's
a
the
lot.
X factor with these last.
I don't think a lot.
That,
Like, I think a
disagree with
little
that. I think
more.
they'll be better. I think
they'll be better. But like, bro, they lost to Miami in 5 last year.
Oh, no,
in the
I
bubble.
agree with that.
And like, do you see them because of this? How they beating Philly? Who Joel Embiid pre-injury was MVP candidate. He was the league MVP, and he came back from injury, and he still looked like if it wasn't for him missing 18 games, he'd win the MVP. You talking about Ben Simmons, who might win Defensive Player of the Year? We talking about a Philly team.
That's a good matchup. That's a good matchup though, bro.
Philly's team, they lineup is what? 6'9", 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", 7 foot. That's what they starting 5 look like with Steph Curry, who, if it wasn't for Jordan Clarkson playing so great, Steph Curry would have an argument for being 6th man of the year. So I think Milwaukee, like, they're turning a corner. Giannis is having like an underrated MVP season because he's won back-to-back. So nobody going to give Giannis that credit. He was going to have to average like 40 for him to win MVP for 3 straight years, because they weren't going to give it to him because LeBron's never done it. Jordan never did it. I don't think Kareem ever won 3 in a row. So, like, for Giannis to be the first to do that, that's not the player you want to be the first player to ever win 3 straight MVPs. But I don't know if the Bucks are realistically able to get to the finals. So, like, if they do get to the conference finals, it's like about damn time. That's what we wanted to see from them. But as far as turning a corner and saying, do I see them as a finals team? Nah, because I just don't see them beating Brooklyn fully healthy. Like, James Harden makes a difference. James Harden makes
I think it's a
way
good
more of
matchup,
a
bro.
difference. He makes way more of
for
a
sure.
difference for Brooklyn
For sure.
than Drew Holiday does for the Bucks. And
regular
Giannis,
season Bucks.
Giannis in the playoffs, he's been pretty easy to stop. You've seen Toronto
Exactly.
and Kawhi put a wall against him, shut him
Miami
down. You've seen
demolished him.
Jimmy
hitting
Butler
the
and
three,
Milwaukee
shooting the three,
and
though, bro.
Miami.
Are we seeing a different Giannis with the 3 ball,
One
bro? That's all
time.
I'm saying.
Finally,
No,
like,
he
he
hit
hot
like
one
3 out
game.
the past 2 games. He hit
Bro,
3 out
2
the past
games against Brooklyn.
That's what I'm saying.
In the regular
Are we seeing
season.
a new Giannis?
It
Are we
was
seeing a
towards-
new Giannis, bro?
we're towards
That's
the end of
that's
the-
what I'm looking at.
we're
Giannis
towards the
dropping
end of the
49 and
regular
then
season.
40 something against KD is what I'm looking at, bro. You can say they missing hard, and I understand that, but Giannis playing like this is I'm like, bro, is he's turning a corner,
We've been
which will
seeing
in
that,
turn
though.
make the Bucks a corner.
We're
Giannis
towards
isn't
the-
a
No,
surprise that he's playing like this.
last year. No, last year Giannis was not playing like this. He wasn't playing this dominant of basketball. He won MVP, but that nigga wasn't hitting no damn threes like this.
Bro, he won
Hell
back.
no,
The
bro.
fact that they let, bro, you know he was balling like this last year because they let him win back-to-back MVPs over LeBron James, who had an argument for MVP. And if had it not been for COVID, LeBron probably would have won the MVP. But them last 3 games that he played against Philly, Milwaukee, and the Clippers, that Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday wasn't good enough to overtake what Giannis had did the whole season. But bro, Giannis won back-to-back MVPs. Bro, the man numbers ain't much different. Like it maybe it's a little bit better, but bro, Giannis is a top 5 player in the league. So like to see him play like this isn't crazy to me. Like I think Giannis is a top 5 player in the league in the regular season. I don't know if he's a top 5 player in the league in the postseason. And so I have to see it from Giannis in the postseason for me to say they're turning a corner. And I don't think they coach good enough either. I don't think their coach is good enough to make it shake either.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue, bro. It's definitely the coaching, bro. That nigga there, because he don't play Giannis enough. I think that's another big issue. Like he don't play Giannis enough in the playoffs. Giannis still be getting regular season minutes in the playoffs. Like Giannis supposed to be pushing like 40, 41 minutes. He's still getting 35 that he playing in the play. Yeah,
he's supposed
like
to be playing because you know LeBron played 40+ minutes. AD played 40+ minutes. You seen Jimmy Butler in the finals play 40+ minutes. Like you go all in on the playoffs. You're supposed to rest your guy in the regular season. Milwaukee's supposed to be the team kind of like the Lakers. You're okay with Giannis playing 32, 33 minutes and losing because it's not about, you know what I'm saying, the regular season. But for Milwaukee, it is because they don't have no guy who has no postseason resume that like that guy's incredible. So they carry the same logic that they had in the postseason into the postseason that they have the regular season. It's not gonna work. Which is why Budenholzer could find himself losing his job. Because Giannis did just sign that 5-year deal when I was hoping he'd be a free agent and bring his ass to Miami with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo.
We didn't want him.
Oh, I wanted Giannis. Oh, I wanted Giannis.
We getting Kawhi this summer, so we good. We getting Kawhi this summer.
If we get Kawhi, I'll take that. But I wanted Giannis. Like I was all in on
He don't
Giannis.
fit. He don't fit with Bam though, bro. He don't fit with Bam.
Yeah, that don't fit to me. That
I
don't
don't
fit
care.
at all.
He's better than what we got. I don't care. I don't care. He's Giannis. I don't care. You're right. He doesn't really fit with Bam, but I don't care. His name was Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he was going to be better than anything we have right now because I'm so frustrated with Tyler Hero that, like, I'm ready to get rid of Tyler Hero. I'm ready to get rid of Tyler Hero.
How long have I been saying this shit, bro? It's time.
I'm ready.
Go, bro.
We don't have James Harden because of Tyler Hero. Like, let's just, Miami fans, just look at that. We don't have James Harden because Tyler Hero was the guy that we said, nah, we're not getting rid of. Bro, I'm not saying that man's a bum, but that social media GOAT stuff that they started last year is not it. Like, that's not it. He's not a GOAT. He's not a baby GOAT.
I believe in you, Tyler. I believe in you.
And
they're calling him a baby
Miami.
goat. They need to just call him a kid. For everybody that does not know, the definition of a baby goat is the real logical term is a kid. We're gonna call him.
I believe in him. I think he's a good player, but he's not a guy who makes a difference in why I trade for James Harden or not. Like Miami had a realistic shot of getting James Harden, and we said no because of Tyler Hero. That if he would have went to Houston along with like Duncan Robinson or whatever, I'm like, man, Tyler Hero and John Wall and all them guys, they got something going a little bit for the future. They could build, But when you talk about Miami, who just went to the finals, and you trying to figure out how you can get back, and you didn't trade for James Harden, you let him go to another Eastern Conference team in Brooklyn and even Philly, like it was a possibility of him going to Philly. You seen the two like contenders for James Harden was Philly and Brooklyn. You said, nah, we don't want to compete with them because of Tyler Hero. You done lost your mind, Pat Riley. I love you. You gave us LeBron, but you done missed out on Kevin Durant, even Gordon Hayward at the time. I wanted Gordon Hayward. We done missed out on Giannis, and we done missed out on James Harden. Next is Kawhi Leonard because it's possible that Kawhi is a free agent. And what better fit for him than South Beach? But if we miss out on Kawhi with him as a free agent, then Pat Riley is Miami really, party in the city when the heat is on. I don't know if it's that.
But I don't think he has any pressure though, bro. We just got to the finals last year. He high key can chill. Like he has like some leeway.
And we were dark.
But we're missing out on championships.
True.
Like, that's the only thing. We didn't get Kevin Durant. We didn't get Gordon Hayward. We passed on James Harden because of Tyler Hero. And then if we don't get Kawhi Leonard, we got Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy Butler. I felt like when we got him, he's a perfect fit for the Heat culture.
His prime ain't long, bro.
But he's not going to be, what is he, 32, 33 years old right now? Yeah. This man not going to be great at 36. Like everybody got to stop looking at LeBron and seeing what he does. Just like in the NFL, everybody got to stop looking at Brady and seeing what he does at 42, 43 years old and think that's the formula. Bro, them dudes are different. Like, them dudes are just, longevity is different. LeBron at year 18 is the greatest player we've ever seen at year 18. Brady at year, 21, 20, winning a Super Bowl? You're not going to see a quarterback do that again. So everybody got to stop looking at LeBron and Tom Brady and say this the formula to having great players. Your primes can last past like year 15. It's not going to happen because look how many great players we watch primes go after year 15. We can talk about Kobe, rest in peace Kobe. We can talk about Duncan. We can talk about Kevin Garnett. Like, we can just go down the line, Shaq, all these great players. Bro, they not year 18, year 19 still being MVP candidates. Like, LeBron is an exception and Tom Brady is an exception. And you're talking about LeBron is, in my eyes, the GOAT, but he could be the second best player of all time behind Jordan. I'll listen to that. I'll be okay with that. But then you're talking about Tom Brady, who's the greatest quarterback we've ever seen play football. Stop comparing to the greatest players, two of the greatest players we've ever seen play their respective sports, and say this the formula of how long we can have players, because it's not going to happen.
And this is the thing about Hero, bro. Miami is so good at developing players, bro, that you could have made somebody like a Tyler Hero, like Nunn plays exactly like Hero, but y'all continue to bench Nunn for some reason and give Hero all this time. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Max Strus is playing great for the Heat right now. It's like, bro, why are you giving Hero so much credit and overrating him when you're developing players, bro, that can fit the system? Like Strus, Nunn, Okpala. Like, you could have had Harden and just developed players that would fit the system even better. That's why it just doesn't make sense to me, bro, what they're doing, but by overvaluing this nigga, bro. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. But let's move on to Two Wild Wednesday. Edgar, what we got for the day, man?
We got the first poll right here. I was just bullshitting when I made this, honestly, because I heard somebody else say it. But the first poll we got is Julius Randle is the new front runner for MVP. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild as fuck.
Too wild.
Too wild. Yeah, that's too
wild.
Yes,
I respect what the Knicks are doing. The Knicks are no longer the laughing stock of the NBA, but too wild as fuck. And that poll is winning 88% for too wild.
Deservedly so.
Next one. Which QB wide receiver duo will succeed first? Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith, or Tua and Jalen Waddle?
I say Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
I would say them, bro, but I don't know how long Burrow is
going
to get in the pocket. How much time?
I said Burrow and Chase too.
Yeah, I say Burrow and Chase. I know the pocket is a problem, but they did get a couple offensive linemen. But my next would be probably Tua and Jalen Waddle. Like they have that.
Oh yeah, that's my first one. That's my first one.
They have that connection. Like, any guy who comes into the league and has a connection with the quarterback day one is dangerous. But I think Jamar Chase is better than Jalen Waddle, and I think Joe Burrow is better than Tua. So I would say Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Exactly. My exact reason. Tua and Waddle are winning that poll, though, 50%. Burrow and Chase are right behind that 40%.
That makes sense. I can agree with that.
This next one is good. I think we might all agree. Who is the greatest scorer of this generation? LeBron,
I have
KD,
a clip for this one.
Steph, or Harden? I say KD easily.
I think KD, but I'm going to play a clip and I want you guys' opinion on it. So who you got, Mo?
I love LeBron, but I gotta go KD.
Yeah,
I got to. Greatest scorer, I gotta go KD.
Greatest scorer is KD.
Yeah,
greatest scorer we ever seen, honestly.
Nah, I'm flipping. I'm going Harden. Yeah, I'm going Harden.
At that, bro.
I'm going Harden. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going Harden. Greatest scorer, I'm going Harden.
I don't know, bro.
KD 2. I got them 1A, 1B. I'm going Harden. Harden is ridiculous.
It's KD at 1 and Jordan at 2. I can't put Harden over Jordan when it comes to scoring.
So wait, you got KD as the greatest scorer of all time?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want y'all to listen to this clip, my boy, because this shit here is gonna make you think, oh shit, this is the wrong one.
I'm about to say, hold on, what was
that? That was the wrong one, my boy. Damn, what the fuck happened to that clip? Hold on, let me get that shit. Yeah, y'all can continue to talk. Hold on, let me look for this shit.
Yeah, but I think it's KD, bro.
KD is the greatest scorer of all time?
We've never seen a 7-foot dude play like this, bro. Can shoot from anywhere. Who can stop KD? Who can you honestly look at and say can stop this?
Scorer. LeBron James, KD. LeBron James. Scorer. LeBron James.
It was open as always.
I hear exactly what you're saying. And people might disagree with me, but understand this. The greatest scorer is not only its consistency, its longevity, and its amount. Now, it might not be these crazy bursts. Like for me, I was never like a 40-point a game. I was like every night you were gonna get between on my best, you were gonna get between like 17 and 30 every single night. I was not a 9 points, 51, 22. No, I was just very consistent. LeBron James, playoff scoring, right? Playoff scoring. He passed Michael Jordan 3 seasons ago, and he's going to add to that, right? Or before his career ends. So to pass LeBron James in all-time playoff scoring records, somebody is going to have to do what? Average 30 points a game and go to like 13 NBA finals. That shit's not gonna be broken. The playoff one's not. And then he's gonna pass Kareem. So as much as we don't view him as a scorer, right? Like Steph's greatest shooter, Kevin Durant's
making
greatest,
points,
like,
bro.
weapon as a scorer because he's so big. But like, who's the greatest scorer? He's number 4 all time right now.
You know, so funny. I had an argument with someone about that, and it was like, he's not even a natural scorer. And I was like, and that should be funny because the guy who's a fast pass first thinker has beaten out 2 dominant scorers.
Guys that just scored
They
first.
just scored first, and
that's not a disrespect.
So how do you
scored first?
Like I said, how do you say?
So you just heard it from
making
Richard
solid
Jefferson and Gilbert Arenas, bro. That LeBron is the greatest scorer of all time. So he's a playoff
do
scorer.
y'all-
He's far away.
Do y'all
And
got a
he's
top 5?
I
Do y'all have a top
no.
5 for scores?
So I'm gonna be honest. I picked Harden because I ain't want to be a LeBron homer. I ain't want people to. I played safe. I ain't want people to kill me for saying LeBron. Like, because I could bring 1,000 numbers to say, bro, LeBron's the greatest scorer of all time. But he's not exciting because, well, he's been very exciting. But like, he's not a killer from the 3-point. People are tired of him playing the bully ball and, you know, shooting over 60% in the paint, over 38% from 3-point line. But like, based on what he said, it is LeBron. But James Harden to me is a better scorer than KD. Like, I do think now.
I agree.
I think KD is a more efficient scorer than Harden, but I think Harden is a better scorer. You look at how deadly Harden is, and then like offensively, I know his numbers took a knock playing with Brooklyn because he kind of took the step back to play alongside KD and Kyrie. For the simple fact, it's not about he's not the best scorer out of those 3. He's just the best passer and playmaker out of those 3. So his numbers was going to take a step because for them to win a championship, somebody was going to have to sacrifice. And Harden said, you know what, damn it, I ain't winning championships. I'll make it happen. Kyrie got a championship. KD got a championship. So I'll do whatever I got to do to get a championship. But to say that, bro, Harden, and whether people like it or not, I don't love that he's such a great scorer. Bro, he gets foul calls. He's a 90% free throw shooter.
He's a smarter scorer.
And the reason why, bro, he's played to the rules. The rules are soft. I understand it. He's at the free throw line 18 to 20 times a game.
And
but he
that's
played
what
to
I
the rules. You
respect
can't
about
be
him.
mad at him for that.
That's what I've been telling
You
this
can't be
nigga.
mad at him for that.
But I can't respect that, bro. And it's not
No
his
matter
fault.
what you
It's not his fault.
respect.
It's not his fault completely. But I still just can't. I can't call you the greatest scorer I ever seen, and you're looking to get the foul before you even look to get the shot half of the time.
Most of the NBA is doing that.
But look at
He's
Luka.
the lead person.
Look at
of that.
Luka. Look at
But
Trey.
look at Luka. Who
And
is
all
Luka's
that is-
game mirrored off of?
All that has trickled from Harden over the past 3 to 4 years.
But Luka's game is mirrored off of, like, everybody like to compare Luka to LeBron because he could pass and
No, I
rebound
don't
and blase. But people like to do that. But bro, Luka is Harden. Like, he's like the white Harden. Like, he's the white Harden.
Y'all
Bro,
niggas wasn't
Harden
saying
has-
this when I was saying this at first.
Everybody talk about, and I know Steph, bro, first off, Steph Curry transformed the game to what it is today.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, everybody has to agree with that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you watch the young bulls go out there and play, you know, pick up basketball. Everybody want to be a 3-point shooter. Well, like, you know, we came up, it was special for you to be a 3-point shooter. Now, everybody is a 3-point shooter. Like, if you had a 3-point shot, because, like, for me growing up playing basketball, bro, I was a 3-point shooter. Like, that's just not great. If I couldn't do anything else, I could shoot threes. My coaches just tell me, you're going to have a long career Now, outside of injuries and all that, you're going to have a long career because you can shoot threes. But then if you transform my game, now, nigga, everybody's shooting threes.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah,
what separates me, because now I'm average because everybody got 2 or 3 really good to great 3-point shooters on their team, where 9 years ago, when I was in high school, the college coaches, oh yeah, you a 3-point shooter. We definitely can figure out a way to use you. Now it's like, bro, you're a 3-point shooter just like the 10 other guys on your team, 12 other guys on the other team, the 50 other guys in the state of Florida, the 1,000 other guys in the country. So, but I think James Harden, bro, he played to the rules. Can you ever be mad at a guy who played to the rules? Like, you might not have to respect it, but he did it.
But if y'all had to give y'all top 5 for greatest scorers, who y'all got? In order.
In order, or just 5 greatest?
In order. It's 5, and we talk about specifically scoring. So I feel like it should be easy.
And it's funny because in that clip, they went on to further expand on the conversation, and they were just saying that, yeah, Steph is the greatest shooter we've ever seen. KD is the greatest weapon, like the weapon scorer that we have ever seen. And I honestly think Harden is because he's 7 foot and he can shoot from anywhere on the court. And I feel like Harden is one of the smartest players that one of the smartest scorers that we've ever seen. Just with what you said about him playing to the rules. I said the same thing I said if Kobe had this same advantage, Kobe would have been doing the same thing. And niggas disagree with me. But I said if Kobe had this type of rules in his day, you don't think Kobe gonna be at the line 30? Kobe was too smart not to use the game to his advantage. So I don't understand.
That's what he did his whole career. Like, that's what Kobe did his whole career. Now, granted, we look at the change of rules, so, like, Kobe didn't do what Harden is doing because them wasn't the rules. But Kobe is a great, like, my top 5, I can't really say in order, but, like,
well,
when I think
give
about...
me 5 then. Just give me 5, yeah.
See, my 5th one, everybody gonna hate. My 5th one, everybody gonna hate.
Go ahead.
So, I have to go Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Harden... Man, I gotta go Melo, man. I gotta go Melo, bro.
I'm not mad at that.
I gotta go Melo, bro.
I understand.
I could understand if you take.
He just broke like the top 15, I think, for scores.
He broke top 10. He's actually 10th. If you take KD over Melo, because KD is 6 for me, like, and it's 5A and 5B. So if you take KD over Melo for me, I'll be okay with that. I'll be like, you know what? I agree. You give me some solid points on why you would take KD over Melo. I'll be like, bro, I can see. I'll let you take Kevin Durant. I'm not going to argue. But, bro, people sleep on how good. That's all Melo did was score points. Like, that's all. We talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer, and his career was scoring points. I got to put Carmelo up there, like, because I could talk about his Portland, now in Portland. We can talk about it Houston and OKC. Let's talk about Denver Melo and New York Melo. Bro, New York and Denver Melo was probably, if it wasn't for Kobe and it wasn't for LeBron, you look at Denver Melo, you talk about Kobe. You look at New York Melo, you talk about LeBron. If it wasn't for them 2 players in that era, Carmelo Anthony has been the best scorer in the league. Outside of Kobe and outside of LeBron. You take those 2 players away from his 2 teams that he played with, when we talking about his best years, his prime years, it's been Carmelo. Outside of the Lakers, when Melo was with the Nuggets, bro, he was the best scorer outside of Kobe. When Melo was with the New York Knicks, he was the best scorer outside of LeBron. I say you could say the same thing about Kevin Durant. So that's why I say I think they're 1A and 1B, and I have a hard time. Like, I think today you caught me, I want to go Melo. I could argue for KD too, but like, people got to stop sleeping on Melo and how great of a scorer.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't like Karl Malone. I know we can look at the top. That's my top 5. Because like, I ain't watched Karl Malone. I didn't watch Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, there's a few of those guys in the top 10 that like, bro, I wasn't born. Like, I didn't get to see them. So when you talk about my top 5 at 25, about to be 26 years old, I'm going with the guys I watched. Like, and I ain't really get to watch Jordan, but I know Jordan. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen Jordan play. I know Jordan. And then on top of that, throughout the years growing up, you get to like emphasize what you thought about Jordan on Last Dance. Like, bro, we know Jordan is up there. But outside of that, I didn't watch Kareem. I didn't watch, who did he just pass? Elvin Hayes or something like that. Bro, to be honest, bro, I don't even know what team he played in. I love the NBA. I love history, but I didn't even know who dude was that he passed to go number 10 of all time. So that's my top 5 because I'm really more so speaking on my era, and then I got to give respect to up to our era, the greatest scorer of all time, which would be Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I would go with Harden would be in there for me. KD would be in there for me. Bron, Jordan. And it's funny because now you get to a place where you got Kobe, you can go Melo. Damn, you can say Steph too. I wouldn't be mad if
Steph's in mine.
Steph, I think I would have Steph.
I don't think you can put Steph in the top 5.
You can't have Steph.
You can, bro. I think you know him for 3-pointers, but I think he can get to the rack and shoot mid-ranges just as good as all of that shit, bro.
You can't have Steph labeled as the greatest shooter ever and not have him in the top 5.
But I
agree, bro.
As the greatest shooter of all time. But like when I look at it right now, like I look at guys who can score just as good as Steph, and there's 2 guys in the NBA at his position that can score just as good as him. Now, whether they did it at a greater level, because we talk about playoffs, bro, Kyrie and Dame Lillard. Like those 2 guys are just as good scorers as Steph Curry right now in the NBA. Now I think Steph is better. I think he's a better player, and he definitely ranks as a greater player of all time on my list. But if I think it's different play styles,
though, bro. I think it's a different play style. That's what it is.
Like I think, bro, to me, if Kyrie wasn't so hated, if he didn't have some of his antics, and if he was healthy year in and year out, I think Kyrie would be on everybody's list as one of the greatest scorers of all time. I think he'd be in your top 5, but he's never really healthy a full season. Ever since before LeBron, pre-LeBron and post-LeBron, he's been like missing. He's been wild.
Obviously, it's too many variables with Kyrie.
There's so many variables with Kyrie, but I think like you put him fully healthy for majority of his career because injuries happen, but you put him fully healthy for majority of his career. Bro, Kyrie, when you watch him at 100% on the basketball court, bro, he do things that like, damn, I ain't even seen this before.
Yeah.
Like, you, to me, like you see him do things that you be like, man, he's like Allen Iverson, but better. But like he's not gonna rank over Allen Iverson on all time because there's all those variables. But when you watch Kyrie, he's almost a better version of Allen Iverson. But so many variables that I'm not gonna put him over Allen Iverson on my all-time list. But Kyrie is one of those guys too, and that's why I can't put Steph in my top 5 because I just think there's another guy who can give him competition for being just as good a scorer as him, and that's Kyrie Irving.
Because my top 5, not in order since we're not doing orders right now. I got KD, Jordan, Bron, Steph, and Kobe at 5, and on 6 and 7 I got Harden and Melo. I totally agree with the Melo point.
I like that though, because KD and Steph would be my 6 and 7. So like, you know what I'm saying? Our top 7 is the same, but like in a sense, a different order. But like my top 7, I think like 5 through 7, I think you could argue. I don't really think you could argue that LeBron not a top 5 scorer. I don't think you could argue Kobe, KD. I mean, I didn't have KD, but you could argue to me KD, Melo, Harden, and Steph Curry. Like I think you could argue those guys and flip flop them. But like when I talk about Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, I just don't think. To me, it's up for debate. Like what they did, you know, LeBron has multiple 60-point performances in the playoffs, and that's where you get measured at. And you talk about Kobe who had 81, the most since Wilt Chamberlain had 100. You talk about Jordan who averaged like 30 points a game in a season for like 8 or 9 consecutive. Like it was just ridiculous what Jordan did. Outside of that, I think 4 and 5 can be argued by like 4 or 5 other guys. And I think Harden, KD, Melo, and Durant are those guys that you can argue for the 4th and 5th spot. So, like, my top 7 is all arguable to the 4th and 5th spot. But my top 3, I think Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron are the greatest scorers we've ever seen.
Yes, sir. All right, what's the next one?
Next one we got Westbrook is a top 3 point guard of all time. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild.
By the end of his career? By the end of his career?
I don't think it's too wild.
Steph and Isaiah Thomas and then Magic. Y'all sleep on Isaiah Thomas. That's who y'all really be sleep on.
Nah,
that nigga beat Larry Bird.
I don't think it's too wild, bro.
Magic, and he beat Michael Jordan. Y'all niggas do not give Isaiah Thomas enough respect.
It's not even about.
And CP3 above Westbrook too. I'll put CP3 above Westbrook too.
but it's not like, to me, when you talk about, okay, we'll talk about CP3, Curry, and Westbrook. What do point guards do? Like, Steph Curry is a point guard by size. He's not a point guard by game. He's a new age point guard. But if I'm holding on to the old school point guard, bro, Russell Westbrook is a walking. Forget the triple-double. Forget the triple-double because rebounds don't matter for point guards. So let's take the rebounds away. He's a walking 10-plus assist guy every season. Like, he's walking 10-plus assists, 10-plus points. Let's take away rebounds because rebounds to me would just emphasize my point. But let's talk about assists. What do point guards do? They make plays for others. That's why people sleep on Chris Paul. That's why people sleep on Isaiah Thomas. And that's why people don't sleep on Steph Curry, because Steph Curry don't really make plays for others. He's a point guard by being more.
He does.
We ain't gonna do that.
But
We ain't gonna do that.
like,
bro.
what year?
The gravity that
What
he
year
has
has he averaged 10 assists? Like, what year has he averaged 10
about
assists?
10.
as a point guard?
He's averaged 7 assists in the game.
When it comes to
7 assists a game. Before.
Seven.
When it comes to stuff, the actual number
Well,
doesn't
what are we
matter when it
saying?
comes
We
to
saying
stuff.
that you have to be a good point guard. You have to average 10 assists. That's
But
not
we
the
talking
bar.
about, but we
set for
talking
good
about,
point guards.
but we talking about like as a true point guard, because like
Well, the
a
point
guy
guard position has
listen to.
changed though, bro.
So and it's changed, so that makes you like, that's where the argument could go both ways, because I hear what you're saying. Steph he's a playmaker, but he's not a player like Westbrook in his own era. He don't make plays like Westbrook in his own era. We talking about a guy who,
but Westbrook is ball dominant though, bro. Curry don't have to have him.
Is that Westbrook's fault?
But he's
Is that
but I'm not
Westbrook's
saying that. I'm
fault?
not saying that his fault. But you saying creating plays. He's getting players open because so much attention is drawn to him. So all he has to do is kick it out. Like how many assists is Curry averaging right now?
The difference is why he's getting assists as opposed to, that's just what Westbrook do. Westbrook, because the thing about assists is players have to hit shots. And outside, we can look at every second best player. Westbrook has always had an adequate second best player. And when he was at OKC, he had an adequate third best player when he had KD and Harden. But let's take away when KD left. Man averaged a triple-double. Man averaged 10-plus assists. Who was his second best player? Paul George? Okay, cool. Who's his third best player? We don't know. Maybe Melo? I mean, Melo would be his third best player, but like Carmelo and OKC wasn't that good. Let's take it to Houston. James Harden was the second best player. Adequate enough to give me, I could get James Harden 5 or 6. I can, like I'm saying, if I'm Westbrook, I can get Harden 5 or 6 open shots easily. Like 5 or 6, because Harden ball dominant also. So I could easily get him 5 or 6 shots. But the other half I have to acclimate for. Who am I passing to? PJ Tucker in the corner, which is a really good corner 3, but I have to get him the ball though. I have to get him the ball. I have to get these guys the ball outside of his second best player. With Steph,
but what are we arguing though, bro? What are we arguing? Are we arguing that Steph's
by the end of Westbrook's
by the end of Westbrook's career, he could be a top 3 point guard. It won't be sexy because people ain't gonna love it. Like people hate Westbrook.
He's the villain,
you either love him or you hate him.
You either love him or you hate him. He's top 5. I'll probably put him top 5, top 6.
But I think he could be top 3.
He could be. Bro. That's
how is a point
guard solidified? Top 3 is solidified to me.
That's why.
How is a point guard?
Though, bro.
How is a point? It's not too wild because how is a point guard who in 4 of the past 5 seasons averaged a triple double, where we seen Oscar Robertson do it once, thought we never see it do it again. Westbrook won an MVP. Westbrook won an MVP off of doing it the first time. Now this man said, "Hold my beer. I'm finna do it 4 out of 5 of the past seasons."
Is taken into account in that, bro. Success is taken into account. Playoff success, and Westbrook does not have that, bro.
We can't measure playoff success.
You have to. Yes, you can, bro. That's why Isaiah Thomas is above a Westbrook. Talent-wise, you can say Westbrook is more athletic, more than all of that shit. But bro, you have to say Isaiah Thomas because he's beating the cream of the crop.
I feel you though.
Does success hold more weight or does talent hold more weight?
But I feel you though.
He has all of that. Isaiah Thomas has all of that.
But I feel you though. I feel you though, cause I say Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time, but I don't think he's the best quarterback of all time. I don't think he's the best player I've ever seen. I think Peyton Manning was better. But when we talk about championships, we talk about greatness. Obviously, bro, 6 Super Bowls was enough. 5 was enough. He did 7, bro. If he had to solidify being the GOAT last year, he did. But I get that. But at the same time, when we just we going in football and we ranking positions, and we talk about a point guard, bro, Russell Westbrook like triple double king. Like he's about to have the
Y'all
most
falling
triple
for that
doubles.
triple double shit.
That matters.
Like
It
he
matters,
said,
bro. But
that
I'm not falling for it.
matters.
I'm not gonna put him. I'm not gonna vote him into the top 3.
He's the king of something.
I'm not gonna
everybody
fall for that
could
shit when I
do
see
it.
somebody like Steph Curry have more impact on the court, my nigga. I'm
If
not rocking with
everybody
that shit.
could do it, they would do it.
I'm not
like
taking
he
that away
said.
from him. Nobody else is doing it. I'm not taking that away from him. But I'm looking at impact on the court. And I'm looking at Steph Curry's stats. Y'all say he ain't playmaking. Well, for 2013 to 2020, we got 8.5 assists, 8 assists.
Oh, no,
7
I
assists,
agree.
7
He's
assists,
a
6
playmaker
assists.
for sure.
He a playmaker. And you can't say that Westbrook is the old school point guard. He is. But we're in a new era, bro, where all of these point guards just
But
it's a different style of
But
point guard.
is Steph a better point guard than Russell Westbrook as point guard?
Yes.
I don't think he's a better
Because he's drawing
point
more
guard.
attention. Well, when drawing that
Is
attention,
he drawing
you
more
get players
attention than
open.
Westbrook though? I get Westbrook can't shoot.
Oh my, bro.
I get
Do
Westbrook
not play
can't
with me,
shoot.
bro. Do
But is
not
he really,
play
bro,
with me, bro?
with
Steph
Westbrook
drawing
with
more
the
attention,
ball
bro.
in his hands?
I disagree with that. Steph drawing
Do
way
not
more.
play with me,
attention
bro.
than Westbrook. We're
I don't
talking
think
about a
way
man.
more though.
We're talking about a man who can shoot from the logo and walk away before the ball.
But
is
I'm
dropped,
saying
bro.
I don't think way more, bro, because Westbrook he's not as deadly from deep. Clearly, we know Curry is the deadliest player from deep. But to say that Westbrook ain't, bro, it's close. It might be Steph, but it's gonna be Steph by a little bit. But
It's
Westbrook with the ball in his hands, bro, he's dangerous.
It's close, bro.
It's
Russell
close.
Westbrook when Russell Westbrook attacks the rim, one of the greatest players that we've ever seen. But Steph Curry can do all that shit. He can give you from 40 feet.
But
he can give you
Steph
from 40
can't
feet.
attack the
Mid-range,
rim
he
like
can-
Westbrook,
Yes, he
though.
can.
No.
Oh my goodness, Mo.
No.
Take that shit back, Mo.
No.
Take that shit back. You don't
He
want me to pull
can't.
up facts, Mo. No, take that back,
He
Mo.
can't, bro.
Take that
He
back.
can't.
Oh,
Kyrie
oh my
Irving
goodness.
attacked the rim better
Oh my
than Steph
God.
Curry.
Huh?
Kyrie Irving attacked the rim better than Steph Curry.
Take that back, bro.
That's
Take that back.
facts. That's facts.
Mo, please say you playing, bro.
Bro, they
You
don't
saying that
he can't attack the rim like Westbrook. Like,
Oh, yeah,
can
I
he
definitely
attack the
agree with
rim?
that. But
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You didn't say that at first. You didn't say
No,
that at first.
Steph
You
can
didn't say that
attack.
at first.
My fault. Okay, so what I meant was like Steph can't attack the rim like Westbrook. Steph can't attack the rim like Kyrie. Can he attack the rim? Yeah, but bro, he's not better than Westbrook attacking the rim. If
He's
like
better than Westbrook in all other areas.
he's not a better
Mid-range.
passer than Westbrook.
Mid-ranger.
He's not a better
Is he
passer than
not?
Russell Westbrook. No.
That's debatable.
If Steph
That's
Curry had the
debatable.
ball in his hands all game like Russell Westbrook, how many assists is he getting?
The same that he got
Well-
because he has the game. He has the
No,
ball
he
in his
does not,
hands
bro.
most of the
Steph, bro,
time.
Draymond is the point guard of the team. He running off screens the whole game.
Oh,
So
no.
if Steph is the PG the whole time, bro, he ain't averaging 12 assists. If he was like the
No.
real PG, ball dominant.
No.
Y'all fucking crazy. Move on.
No.
12 assists?
Y'all
No.
fucking crazy.
12 assists?
No.
No.
If he was ball dominant the way he can shoot the ball,
No, he's still not. He just shoot at an even greater rate than the greatest rate we've ever seen. That's
Y'all
it.
niggas crazy.
You put the ball in
crazy.
Steph Curry's hands more than he got now, and he becomes the even greater shooter than the greatest shooter of all time. That's what Steph become.
Well, more people agree with
averaging
Quincy
9
on
assists,
this.
bro.
More people
Y'all
agree with
niggas
Quincy.
crazy.
It's 69% too wild. So
I don't think it's too
Y'all niggas
wild
crazy.
though. Like I could see if it never happens, but to say it's too wild, I don't think it's too wild. Like that's my thing is I don't think it's too wild. I can see if it never happens, but to just say, yeah, bro, that's too wild and shut it down. Like to me out here too wild, man, you talking crazy, but I
Thank you.
don't
That's
think
what
it's
I'm saying.
That's what. Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, I
don't think it's too crazy to say that Russell Westbrook could be a top 3 point guard of all time. Like
Is he top 15? Edgar said top 15 last week. You saying
is he a top 15 player of all time?
no,
No.
No.
Thank you.
He has
No.
potential.
no, hell no,
No. Thank you. That's what I was
Hell
telling you
no.
last week.
hell no.
You got to put him over niggas like
No.
Dirk, bro. Niggas like, bro, KD, D Wade.
No.
You got to put him over niggas like that.
Bro, I put it like this, bro. D Wade not even a top 15 player of all time.
He's
And
not.
you got to put him over D Wade.
Exactly.
Are
And,
you
and when
holding
we,
up to a lot of old niggas?
nah, I mean, bro, when we talk about your
I
top
just want to make
10,
sure.
the only player I think in the NBA right now that there's 2 players in the NBA right now that could hit top 10 that aren't in the top 10 right now, and I think it's Kevin Durant and I think it's Steph Curry.
KD is already
Outside
in
of
the
that,
top 10.
Steph is in there right now, but I don't think KD is. I don't think KD.
I don't think neither one of them didn't pass yet. Now I think their career got to be over, and we got to be able to appreciate their career for what it is. But I think they're on the outside, like literally on the outside. I think they might be like 11, 12, 13 on the outside looking in. I don't think KD's done enough to be top 10. Because we talk about championships when we talk about top 10 now.
Yeah.
Like, and I know KD got 2. I give him his credit. I don't care about dogging him for going to Golden State. But when we talk about greatest players of all time, when we talk about that's what championships matter, bro. You talking about Shaq, who might not even be he's not a top 5 player all time. And we talking about Shaq. He's not a top 5 player all time.
Shaq top 5. Shaq top 5.
Shaq top 5. You tripping?
I don't know if
He's
he's
the
top
most
5.
dominant player I've ever
There's
seen.
never been a more
But I don't know. I don't know if he's top 5.
You got Kobe in. You got Kobe in your 5 then.
I don't even have Kobe in my 5 because I got Duncan ahead
Who's
of
your
Kobe.
5? Who's your 5?
I got Jordan. Well, I got LeBron 1, first off. I got LeBron 1, so I'm going to stay
I
my
didn't know
stance
who
there.
3, 4, and 5.
I got Jordan 2.
Yeah.
I got Kareem 3.
Agree.
I got Magic 4.
Agree.
And I got Larry Bird 5.
Get the fuck
Larry
out
Bird got to
Get
go
the
up there.
fuck out of here,
Larry
bro.
Bird got to go
Take
up
him
there,
off
bro.
of this shit.
Larry
Take him off of this shit.
Larry Bird top 5. But I think I got Duncan. I got Duncan, Shaq, Hakeem, Kobe. Yeah. Bro, Larry Bird not a top 5 player all time, bro.
You just say he better than Tim Duncan, Shaq, and Kobe?
He
You just
wasn't.
said that. Are you saying that though?
He wasn't.
You saying that? So you saying
I think you know what's crazy? If you know what's crazy, like I said that I don't even know if I have Larry Bird in my top 5. That's just the name that popped up. Shaq top 5 though.
Top 5,
If I do, he gotta be 5th. If I do, he gotta be 5th.
Yeah,
But I got Duncan over Kobe. I got Duncan over Kobe.
That's
Because Duncan is the greatest player at his position of all time. Kobe is not. Kobe is the second greatest player at his position of all time. Larry Bird top 10. He top 10 now. I'm holding that. He top 10.
Top 10.
He top 10. And I don't put KD over him yet. Not over Larry Bird.
Dead ass 1-on-1. Who you got, KD or Larry Bird?
See, he loves to say that shit. But
1-on-1, I'll take KD. 1-on-1, I'll take Kevin Durant.
Talent wise, KD or Larry Bird?
Mo, I can't believe you said that shit, dog.
I'll take Kevin Durant.
So you're really holding accomplishments over KD head. That's the only reason you got Larry Bird. Okay.
Larry Bird was that nigga now.
Isn't that like I can't penalize Larry Bird for playing in the 80s, bro? Like, bro, there's 20 players. There's 25 players in the NBA right now better than every player in the 80s not named Larry Bird or Magic Johnson. There's 30 players in the NBA better than the 90s than any player not named Michael Jordan or Shaq. Maybe Scottie Pippen you throw up there. Outside of that, if I talk about straight talent, this the most talented basketball has ever been. When we talk about pure talent, this is the most talented basketball has ever been. But I can't disrespect the era because this new era is so talented. I can't disrespect old eras. I can't help
last week. I
can't help that Wilt has played against. Bro, I can't put KD over Wilt. Like, I could say Wilt played against.
I'm just saying KD is in the top 10.
I can't put KD over Hakeem Olajuwon.
So give your whole 10. Give your whole 10. Give your whole 10.
If I had to give, you want me to go first or Mo?
Yeah, go Mo.
Okay.
My whole 10, I got LeBron, Jordan, Kobe. I ain't even naming them in order. I'm just naming 10 players. I got LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan. We get tough right here. This is where we get tough. And Wilt or Bill Russell. Wilt and Bill Russell. 10 and 11. I can't disrespect Wilt or Bill Russell. I get it. They were 7 feet playing against white boys with pitchforks. I understand that. But still, bro, what makes you great in your era is you just being great. So I can't put KD over my 9 and 10, Wilt and Bill Russell. I guess them the last 2 guys I named. I ain't really got an order. But I can't put KD over any of those guys. Not yet. If he win 3 championships, maybe.
I'm about to say, what would
yet.
it take for you to put KD up there? Would it take another chip, or would it just be another MVP season?
I think it would just take KD career to be over with. Like, so now I can break down what the end of his career is, because everybody outside of LeBron who I named in there, their career done and over with. So I think, like, LeBron, we know he's the greatest of the era. Kobe was the greatest of his era. Outside of that, everybody else then retired and solidified. Here's where we can evaluate what their career going to be. I think KD just, whenever he retires, I can sit here and be like, all right, what is he? And I can measure him against those guys. But he's not done. I don't think he's in the top 10 right now, but he's not done. He could climb. Steph Curry not in the top 10 right now, but he's not done. He could climb. Steph Curry could win another championship. KD could win another championship.
Curry is top 10.
I can't put him. Who do you put him over?
Bill. I put him over Bill.
If I had to give a top 10 right now, I'm talking about.
I put him over Bill, bro.
11 championships though.
I feel you.
This is top 10 on top of my head. LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Steph, KD, Tim Duncan.
He got KD in there.
Shaq. I said Steph already.
You got Larry Bird. Who you got? Magic Johnson.
Magic, Wilt, and who I want at 10. Who I want at 10?
I missed somebody.
So Larry not in your top 10?
I'm probably missing somebody. Larry not in my top 10 no more. I'm missing somebody right now, and I can't think
Hakeem Olajuwon not in your top 10?
I probably would put Hakeem right now. If I can't think of nobody else, I'm putting Hakeem. Yes, that's my top 10.
No, matter of fact, you ain't say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He didn't say Kareem. There were some niggas that you were missing.
Kareem is definitely, like, to me, I don't care. Kareem top 3. Kareem top 5. Like, Kareem is my 3rd greatest player of all time. I got Bron 1, Jordan 2, Kareem 3. And you could argue that 3.
Basketball player. He's honestly the greatest basketball player that we've ever seen in, like, college, high school, college, and NBA. He's the greatest
and that's why
basketball player that we've ever seen.
When you talk about Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem, them 3, I got LeBron 1, and I think it's our age, you know what I'm saying, bro? We seen LeBron firsthand from time he been in the league till now. We ain't ever seen nobody do what he's done. So I say LeBron 1, Jordan 2, and Kareem 3. But you can argue all 3 of those guys when you look at accolades, you look at Kareem, the all-time great, leading scorer. You can argue those 3 guys. I think those should be everybody's top 3. I don't care what your order is. I don't care if you got Jordan.
Magic might be above Kareem. A lot of people will put Magic number 3 though, bro.
No, though. Kareem got too many accolades, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He got too many accolades. Like when we talk about greatness, we got to talk about accolades, and Kareem got too many accolades for me. That's just for me though.
I agree. Yeah. So I agree with most of your list though, Mo. I agree with most of your list. But I would have
Larry up there. I can't. Not yet. They on the outside looking in. They on the outside looking in. I don't even know, bro. Steph then finally climbed up there for me. He's like top 13. KD's up there. Because, like, to me, KD's been the second best player of this era outside of LeBron. Like, I know we go Kobe, but, like, Kobe and KD were not in the same era. So, KD came in the league as a rookie, like, towards the end of Kobe's greatness. So, I say, like, LeBron and KD, I say those are the 2 greatest players of this era. But outside of that, I think Steph right there. But I don't, bro, top 10, that's tough, bro. Like,
it is.
We talking about champions, like,
it is.
And we talking about, not only do they got championships, we talking about guys who won finals MVPs. We talking about multiple champions. Like, I know Steph got multiple championships, but like,
Curry got
2 of them was with KD. 2 of them was with KD.
Multiple, but he was the real leader of that team. Now, we know KD was the best player on that team, but we know that was Steph's team.
I'll agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Only person to win MVP unanimously. 2-time MVP at that, multiple championships, scoring champ. Like, come on,
greatest shooter
of all time. Multiple All-Star appearances.
But to say that he's like 12, is that like disrespectful to Steph to say he's 12?
That's disrespectful. You top 10, bro. You're the greatest shooter of all time, and you got everything else I just named. You're top 10,
bro. That's not disrespectful to say you like 12 when his career's not done. Like his career ain't over. So that's my thing. Next year too. Steph and KD still playing. Like, that's my thing is they on the outside looking in, but when their career done and over with, they might have some more to add on to that. Where I'll be like, all right, well, you know what, bro? I ain't ever seen Bill play. I know he got 11, but he got to go. I'm one of them new age niggas. He got to go. Maybe even like Larry Bird. I'm one of them new age niggas. He got to go. But I got to respect greatness even whether I was there to see it or not, bro, I got to respect the greatest players in the era. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird was the two greatest players in the 80s. I got to respect that. KD like 11 because I respect him and LeBron being the two greatest players in the 2010s, but I think LeBron was just the greatest player that we've ever seen play basketball. Steph, I think he's third behind LeBron and KD of the greatest players of the 2010s. I don't think Steph is better than KD or LeBron. I wouldn't rate him as greatest all time, even though he's the greatest shooter. Look at the greatest shooters of all time list. None of those guys are cracking top 20. Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton.
None of them changed the game though either though, bro. None of them changed the game.
Allen Iverson changed the game too. He changed the whole.
He changed the culture, but he ain't changed the game like Steph.
But changing the culture is a difference, like, bro. But you right. I give you that. He changed the culture, not the game. But like Steph Curry's still playing. Like he still has more to do. I ain't gonna say he has more to prove. I still think he has more to do though. I think Steph Curry could retire right now. He ain't got nothing to prove. But he has more to do. Steph Curry could get his 4th championship, his 5th championship. We don't know. We don't know what moves he make. But for right now, he on the outside looking in until I see what his career was as a whole. The only guy I can put in the top 10 who's still playing right now is LeBron James because he's exceeded like almost everybody on that list. He's the only guy we've compared to Michael Jordan or Kareem as far as the greatest players of all time. We've never put KD as, oh, he could be the GOAT. Nobody's ever said Kevin Durant is the greatest player of all time. Nobody's ever flat out said that. People have said it about LeBron. People have said it about Jordan. People have said it about Kareem. So I just can't put KD, even though he's the second best player of this era, I just can't put him up there. Like, he's top 12. I think those two guys are top 12. I don't think it's disrespectful. When they got more to prove, and they could, not prove, but they could jump in there easily. One more championship, one more MVP, continuous great seasons, and I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, KD jumped up there. I hate KD, but I respect his greatness. I don't like him, though.
All right.
But the next one, though, the Cleveland Browns were the biggest winners of the NFL draft. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild.
That's not
I
too
said
wild.
not too wild. That's winning 69%. Kevin Porter Jr. will be a multi-time All-Star by the end of his career. Too wild or not too wild?
This was tough for me. This was tough. I love Kevin Porter.
I said not too wild because when you say multi-time, do you mean anything more than 2?
So
I mean more than 1
plus.
Yes.
Like, because like
multi-time is 2.
Okay, so
Yeah.
easily.
Well, that's not too wild, Dan. Like,
Yeah, not
I
too
could
wild.
see him getting 2. Like the man, what 20? Like the man,
Yeah.
like 20 years old. Yeah,
But it's
that's
like, how
not too
good
wild.
do you think he will be?
He's not.
We're gonna get.
I mean, to be an All-Star, I mean, they don't. Like,
But that's
just-
top 24 in the league, though, or top
yeah.
top
30.
top 12 in the conference. Yeah, top 30.
It's like
Yeah.
there's like 15 guys in
He
each. So
could-
it's like
he could
top
definitely
30.
be that. Going
He
into
could
his new
definitely be
generation,
top
he could
30.
definitely
You
be
talking about he's 20 years old transitioning into the Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchells of the world. He could be top 30.
Definitely.
So I wouldn't say it's too.
Whoa,
wild.
you think he's gonna be that good? Like Tatum?
No, but I'm saying like they're gonna be running the next generation. So to
he's
say
gonna
that
be like
he's
that second tier.
to say that he's like second or even third
okay.
tier, because the third tier those guys will make the All-Star game too. So to say that he's not like he can't be top 30 in a generation where Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Ben Simmons and them are gonna be the best players in the NBA, that's not too wild.
I agree, and not too wild is winning that 70%. Who will win NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year? Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Kyle Pitts, or other?
I think it's gonna be Trevor Lawrence.
Kyle
Pretty
Pitts.
easy. They gonna give it to my nigga.
I would say other, but like, bro, it's got to be a quarterback. Like, quarterback's
Gotta
win
be a
Offensive
quarterback.
Rookie of the Year. So if I was to take my chance, I would say I think Justin Fields is put in the best position because Chicago does have some underlying weapons, but I don't think Justin Fields is going to be the day one starter. I think Trevor Lawrence will be. And if he has a Justin Herbert type season, bro, he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't care what Jamar Chase did. Look at what Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, had it not been for Herbert, Justin Jefferson was Offensive Rookie of the Year. So to pick a quarterback and to say who's probably going to have the best year one, I would say Trevor Lawrence. So I think it'd be too wild outside of them three to say anybody else. Them would be my 3, or Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase would be my other. But I don't want to say other and take the field because I only got one guy who think would do it that's not named Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields, or Trevor Lawrence. So that's too wild to say other than them 3.
I'm going with Kyle Pitts just because I was the one that predicted I feel Kyle Pitts will have the best NFL career out of all these players. I feel Kyle Pitts is going to be that great.
He's gonna have to have the best season for a tight end.
Bro, it's tough to measure a tight end and say he's gonna be the best player. When we talk about the offensive side of the ball, don't nobody really care about tight ends. Like everybody care about quarterbacks. Like you name the top 5 greatest tight ends of all time, as great as they are in their era, they're not going to be considered a greater tight end than the greatest quarterback in their era. Travis Kelce is not going to be a greater tight end than Patrick Mahomes is as a quarterback. Rob Gronkowski is not going to be a greater tight end than Tom Brady was as a quarterback. And Shannon Sharp not going to be a greater tight end than even John Elway was as a quarterback. And we can talk about Tony Gonzalez, like whoever you consider the greatest quarterback of that era, those tight ends are not going to be considered greater in their era than the quarterback was. Quarterbacks get all the blame. So it's like, I think quarterback, if Trevor Lawrence is everything everybody say he's going to be, he would be considered the greatest player in this draft. Like, even if Kyle Pitts had more of an impact as a tight end, because Trevor Lawrence is that quarterback, nobody's going to look and be like, man, Kyle Pitts was the greatest tight end of all time, but Trevor Lawrence was the next Peyton Manning. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was the best pick of that draft. Like, that's how I look at it. Quarterbacks hold a lot of weight.
I feel what you're saying. Quarterbacks do hold more weight, and they got to carry more like blame and success given for the team. I just feel like from a career standpoint of whose NFL career went better, I'm going to say it's going to be Kyle Pitts.
I get that, though. If you want to take the quarterback out and just be like, if I say Kyle Pitts was a better tight end than Trevor Lawrence was a better quarterback, then I'd agree with that, because like we're just going to look at who was better at their position and take away the fact that the quarterback gets the nod. I would say that's not wild at all.
And Trevor Lawrence winning the poll, 38%. And
he's the safe vote.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Other is in second place at 26%.
Yeah. Niggas like the field.
You got a lot of people, though. You taking the field as opposed to you pick one individual guy, you got to hold with him. Well, you pick the field. Like, I got Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith.
Steve talking about Mac Jones.
You could take him if you think he's the better quarterback. You could take Trey Lance if you think he's the best. Like, if I take I could take anybody, but when I pick one guy, you know what I'm saying, I'm stuck to that one guy. Like, this is who I think I'm rocking with it.
Yeah.
And that was about it. The only other 2 polls were the Aaron Rodgers polls, and we had talked about where we thought he was going and all that stuff already. Who wins in a song versus 1,000 Miles or Call Me Maybe?
You know it's Call Me Maybe for me. You
1,000
already
miles.
know.
It's 1,000 miles, bro.
It's 1,000 miles.
It's 1,000 miles, bro.
Call Me Maybe won 54%.
Bro, I bet everybody who voted that is like 21 and under. Bro, 1,000 miles.
We had a versus last week. With those 2 songs, and I'm telling you, when you listen to them back to back, Call Me Maybe was more fire, bro.
1,000
Call
Miles.
Me Maybe was more fire.
1,000 Miles had more of an impact, though.
It had a chokehold on the black culture for years.
Bro, white chicks.
We saying the best song. We saying the best
white
song.
Chicks.
What's the best song?
Bro, if you really think about it, bro, white chicks made the black culture love 1,000 Miles. Like, if you really think about it. But that's why I say, bro, it took that kind of like, once you watch White Chicks, Wayne Brothers, and all those guys in the movie, it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it just
you could go around a bunch of hood niggas and play that song, and they all go look at each other like, we finna say this
look
shit.
at the diss song. Look at the diss song straight out of Florida. Young and Ace and them. They didn't make Call Me Maybe the Foolio. They made 1,000 Miles the Foolio. I gotta go 1,000 Miles. Them young niggas actually knew about it. Yeah, them young niggas actually knew about 1,000 Miles, bro. So I think 1,000 Miles gotta go. I think that wins in the verses.
All right, let's move on to social media wants to know. First one is, so it was a TikTok last week about Adam Sandler. It looked like he walked into an IHOP or something like that. And I guess the waitress didn't really notice who he was. So he ended up walking in. He was saying, I want to eat type shit. So they didn't sit him down immediately. He walked out. So a couple of days later, the girl ended up having an apology video saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, Adam Sandler. You know what I'm saying? I should have sat you down, this, that, and the third." But the IHOP was packed when he had walked in. So do you think celebrities should get special treatment in that type of situation when they're in a packed out restaurant? It's a line through the fucking door. Do you think they should get that type of special treatment?
Not if you ain't reserved.
I think so. Bro, like, I don't think all celebrities, but we talking about Adam Sandler, bro. Like, we talking about Adam Sandler. Like,
you finna tell a man with his wife and 3 kids to get the fuck up. And have
my $20 is just like your $20.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna take Adam Sandler, 4-figure tip over your $20 tip.
You're
that you finna make
assuming
me
he's
so
gonna
yeah,
tip
get
you
up.
that.
Yeah,
You're
Get up.
assuming
Get
that.
up.
What
I'm
if he
taking
don't
that as
tip you
something,
that,
bro.
though?
It's Adam Sandler, bro. Like this man. First off, this man is like the richest bum we've ever seen. Like, I love Adam Sandler, but the way he dressed, bro, you would never know he had any type of money. Yes, Adam Sandler, you know why? Because he's a giving guy. He will wear some broke down Adidas with some Adidas sweatpants. He gotta be. Bro, you can't have them millions of dollars he got. Bro, Adam Sandler gets special treatment in the IHOP. He's Adam Sandler. So for that girl to not even know who it was, shame on her. It's Adam Sandler.
He had a mask on though. So she said,
man, I'd be able to know Adam Sandler from a mile away, bro. Come on now. It's bro. If Adam Sandler walked into my IHOP,
I know Adam Sandler.
Bro, I would still know Adam Sandler in my IHOP, bro. Yes, he should get. Not
Even
all
if
celebrities.
You see his face, it's the voice. You should know Adam Sandler voice.
Bro,
now.
like,
come on,
he's got too many hit movies. Like, he's that big of a. Like, bro, when we talk about. You talk about some of the greatest white movie actors of all time, he's there. He's a top 5 white movie actor of all time.
But like my boy said though, if my family is in that bitch, I've waited for damn near an hour for a seat, and Adam Sandler walk his ass in and he get a seat for me. Oh nigga, it's gonna be a problem, my nigga. It's gonna be a
black. It's a difference, bro. How many niggas?
No, I'm talking about if
bro. You know how many white people would concede a seat to Adam Sandler, bro? A lot.
No,
bro.
No,
a lot.
You waited that long, it's packed out.
If I'm with my wife and kids, you not finna embarrass me like
still,
that. Like, as a man, you not finna make me raise up from this table with my wife and kids.
But you speaking that with the black mentality though. Like, we not finna get punked. Nah, bro. Man, white people get punked all the time. White people get punked all the time.
By other white people? Like,
exactly. Like, come on, bro. Adam Sandler, like, bro. Oh my God, dude, that's Adam Sandler. Like, and they gonna start naming off all his movies.
Your wife gonna beat your ass if you get up and
she gonna be hot, but guess what? I guarantee you them white folks will concede and they not eating that IHOP that day. That's just what'll happen.
Man.
It's Adam Sandler, bro. Like,
Sandler need to get his ass out of there. I guess he made the right decision. His ass should have left, my nigga. If it was packed out, bro, I can't sit that. I'm talking about if I'm the host. If I'm the host, I don't think I could do that if I'm the host of the place. Like, I can't sit you in front of all these people that have been waiting here for 30 minutes to an hour just because you Adam Sandler. Even though you're a celebrity, your $20 is going to be the same as his $20, my boy. And I don't really know if I can assume that your tip going to be that much crazy.
You know what? I'm making moves off assumptions, bro. And if it make an ass out of you and me, it don't matter, bro. I'm rocking with. I feel like Adam Sandler gonna tip me more than you gonna tip me. Them $20 might hit the same for that omelet, but $1,000 for that tip gonna hit different because I'm pocketing all that. Man, you get special treatment. You a celebrity. Like, imagine if Jay-Z walk in and you finna go eat. You don't think Jay-Z deserve a spot over you? Yes.
I'm not picking nobody up out their seat though. Like, if I'll give you this. I'll give somebody reserved table away. But if it's packed and there's no open seats, I'm not asking nobody to rise up out their seat.
Bro, Adam Sandler can eat in the kitchen for all I care, bro. You gonna eat today. Like, you gonna eat. I'm gonna get you right. You gonna eat somewhere.
You're making it sound like you finna make a family rise up out of their seats. Right? That's what you're making it sound like.
I would.
You fucking
if I'm the host of a table,
you're wild.
Bro, if I'm the host of a table, I'll be like, hey, look, family, Adam Sandler is here, and we had to pick a family, and y'all was the unlucky motherfuckers of the day. Nah. Get out. This my pockets we talking about. This my pockets, bro. Adam Sandler. Bro, all celebrities, they get special treatment. They used to that. That's what they get. So for him to, bro, he's getting special treatment. He's Adam Sandler. Like, we not talking about some B-list celebrity, bro. We talking about one of the most famous white people of all time. Like, bro, Adam Sandler is sitting down. I don't care who, at whose expense. It ain't at my expense. I'm the host. It ain't at my expense. I ain't giving up my seat. I'm telling you to give up your seat. It's Adam.
That's
Sandler.
wrong, bro. You wrong for that.
It is wrong, but it's Adam Sandler.
I hope you get a tip. Shit. The way
What if that nigga give you no fucking tip, dog? You did all that shit. That nigga give you
now you might get fired because you finna get a bunch of customer complaints on top of that.
Bro, the chances of Adam Sandler not tipping you something nice at IHOP, bro, is probably like slim.
He should
down,
though.
bro.
He should.
Like he would. Like
but I'm never going to
would.
assume that it's gonna happen.
Exactly. There's some cheap ass.
I'm going to assume.
A lot of cheap.
I'm going to
assume.
assume.
All right.
I'm going to assume. He came in there looking like a bum. He got money to blow.
All right, man. The next one is if you what is this question? If you had to bet $1 million to watch the same movie for 24 hours, what movie would it be? So if somebody bet you $1 million that you had to watch the same movie 24 hours, what would it be?
Oh, Norbit. Easily.
Norbit?
Yeah.
Interesting. Mine is Money Talks. It's either Money Talks or Rush Hour.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off every time they come on. Every time.
That's
I can get tired of Norbit though.
What?
That's like the toughest question of the year though, because there's like to me there's multiple movies I can sit there and watch for 24 hours and just be like, for $1 million, bro. So what? Like I'll sit there and watch a boring movie, bro. I watch like Hannibal for 24 hours. You sleep for $1 million? For $1 million, bro,
you actually have to watch it though. Like
watch it.
Bro, you wouldn't sit there and watch Hannibal for 24 hours for $1 million? Like, that's not my movie. But I'm saying, like, if, bro, White Man Can't Jump. That I'll sit there and watch that for 24 hours, bro. White Man Can't Jump. I'll watch that back to back to back. I watch it 12 times. It's about a 2-hour movie. I'll sit there and watch White Man Can't Jump back 12 times.
This nigga thought about the time and all.
Yep, that's about a 2-hour movie, 12 times. Bro, I'll watch
you might as well
if that's the case, I'll just watch Titanic twice.
I swear to God, you might as well watch Titanic.
But like, there was no specification. It just said, what movie would you watch for 24 hours? Bro, for $1 million, like, you're going to pay me to watch a movie? Bro, I watch Avengers Endgame for 24 hours for $1 million.
You just got to watch it 8 times. Just watch it 8 times.
Yeah, I'll watch it for $1 million. Like, I'll sit there and watch it straight through. Bro, I'll be awake. I'll drink as many Red Bulls and whatever else I got to do. $1 million. Bro, I ain't got no $1 million. Like, man, I'll watch Avengers for $1 million. 24 hours. Man, easily.
I love Avengers. With all
so what movie you picking? What movie you picking, Mo?
I'm going to go Avengers Endgame. I'll watch Avengers Endgame for $1 million, bro. 24 hours.
You gonna get tired of seeing Iron Man die. You gonna get tired of seeing Iron Man die.
Bro, I'll cry 8 times, bro. $1 million. Like, we talking about $1 million. That's easy. There's so many movies I could go, but I just pick one and go Avengers Endgame. I pick a long movie, stretch out. I ain't gotta watch it 100 times. I get to watch about 7 or 8 times. I go Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, I picked Money Talks and I picked Rush Hour because those have the most replay value for me. Like, I literally watch those movies all the fucking time and I laugh at the same shit. So I can definitely do that shit
Friday?
for 24 hours.
Could you watch a Friday for 24 hours? Nah.
No.
I think because we done probably watched it so many times.
I don't watch that too much.
I don't watch Norbit too many times, and I still watch that.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Friday is different because, like I said, those 2 movies I can watch for 24, but Friday,
I can't watch Friday.
I feel like Friday you done seen about 120 times. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like that 130 times is like, yeah, nah, I'm good, bro.
Honestly,
but for $1 million, you would do it.
I can't watch.
The money is the motivation.
I can't sit and watch Friday all day just because the movie, as great as Friday is, it's just niggas chilling for the whole movie. Like, I'm watching niggas chill for like the whole movie.
Bro, I'll watch niggas chill for $1 million, bro. Like, here, point blank, bro. I'll watch niggas chill for $1 million.
This nigga gonna have a terrible 24 hours, but he gonna have that meal.
It don't matter. I got $1 million, bro. That'll be every hour spent. It'll be all right. I'll be good.
All right, man. Let's move on to the next one. This one is about Mike Vick. That nigga ran a 4.72 in the 40. I want to know what other player is running this. Like, what other player is running a 4.72 when he's 40 years old? What other player can be capable of this?
T.O. running less than that.
Ocho?
Ooh, I didn't think of T.O.
T.O.
Ocho?
Ocho. Yeah, Ocho running less than 4.
I think Ocho could do it. Bro,
T.O. easily running less than that.
Ocho finna box.
I seen Ocho finna box. He finna box, yeah.
Ocho finna box. I think Ocho in that kind of physical shape You know what I'm saying? I be watching their podcast all the time. But I think Ocho in that kind of physical shape, bro. He trains still. He still eats on the same diet at McDonald's. I think Ocho, and I agree with T.O. too, they still got it. But outside of that, I mean, you talking about guys who are blazing fast. Like
Megatron?
Vic, T.O., Ocho. I don't know, bro. Megatron been off the map. Like
He chilling, bro. He chilling,
bro. Like, but we don't know, like,
run less than a 4.7.
But Vic, bro, Vic hasn't ran in forever though, bro. This nigga just went out there and ran. It was a 4.7.
But we haven't even seen like Megatron on TV or nothing. Like, at least we know Vic stayed around and, like, you know, covers football. So we might think like he might do a little bit of working out. At least we know Ocho, like, we see him working out and stuff. T.O., we see him working out. They built the same. They just older. But like Megatron, I ain't saying he couldn't. Like, we don't know what Megatron look like right now.
Yeah,
I don't think he's fat, but we don't know what he look like. Like,
I don't know what that man look like right now.
Like, I don't know what Megatron look like. I know what T.O. and Ocho look like. I know they still training. I know what they doing. I know Vic stayed around the game, so you can make an assumption that, like, now that you've seen it, okay, he do a little bit. He ain't full blown out of shape. But Megatron, he still could be the same size, built the same, but like that man can say, man, I ain't never ran a day in my life. I lift weights still, but I ain't ran a day in my life since I retired. So I don't know. I'd be surprised if Megatron did it, but I don't know what he looks like. I know what Ocho and T.O. look like. I know they still in prime shape. Both those guys feel like they can play in the NFL today. So for you to feel like that, I feel like you can run a 4.72 at your age.
I feel like Chris Johnson could be up there too, bro. I feel like Chris
yeah.
Johnson, no stretching. That nigga Chris Johnson could probably run a 4.7. But when he's 40, when he's 40,
Johnson look like. Like what?
I
Chris
still
Johnson,
feel like Chris
like,
Johnson.
Chris
Johnson
Johnson.
the hood nigga, bro. He probably run around the streets. He in good
nigga,
shape.
my nigga.
He in good shape right now, man. He run away from the feds right now. That's what that nigga probably doing, my nigga.
I mean, we talking about the guy who ran a 4.24. So at 40 to say that he couldn't run 5 seconds, like he knocked off worse than 5 seconds, then yeah, I go Chris Johnson too.
You gotta
agree with the T.O. That was a good one with T.O., bro. That was a good one.
Because he remember he was on I Am Athlete and Brandon asked him, even after he like
he ran against Tyreek Hill.
That's what I'm saying. Even after he pulled his hamstring or whatever, he was like, I'm still faster than you. Like, I could still run at least 4.6.
Tyreek beat him convincingly, but he didn't dust T.O. the way you would expect T.O. to be dusted
it's the fact
at his
that T.O.
age.
was still on his ass.
Yeah, like he beat him. You know what I'm saying? He beat him convincingly in a race of guys the same age. Like Tyreek Hill blew him out, but like for a guy like T.O. age, he didn't just dust them the way you would expect. So like, yeah, I definitely agree T.O., but I think Ocho too, because Ocho think he can jump in the ring, so he in a different type of shape.
And T.O. even said, he was like, look, in a 40 or in a 60, you might get me, but if we got to run the 200 or if we got to run the 400. I'm dusting anybody, because he told people the longer I run, the faster I run. So when it comes to quick shit, you probably got me, but long distance, ain't nobody seeing T.O.
Yeah, I definitely.
I can see T.O.
And the next one is KBJ going to be the next Harden. I just want a quick answer, bro.
I don't know yet.
Nope. They say he treat the strippers well. He dropping 50 and 10. I mean, from that perspective, is he gonna be the next Harden, bro?
I mean, from that perspective, I cool.
Off the court.
Like, if we talking about that, cool. But like,
we're counting the strippers,
bro, the new Harden, like to label that on strip club and what Harden did in Houston, no. Like, I don't think nobody could have micromanaged strip clubs and basketball like James Harden did. No, we seen Fat Harden still come out and drop a 40-point triple-double after hanging in the summer with Lil Baby. So, nah, I don't think KPJ could do that.
4PF Harden.
Yeah,
for real. He's not one of them.
Ain't nothing like 4PF Harden. I don't think you'll see another 4PF Harden.
Hell yeah, bro. I definitely agree with that shit, man. No, sir. Let's move on to the next one. Entertainment and current events. Edgar, what you got on this Bill Gates divorce?
After 27 years, I don't know why you would get divorced after 27 years, and y'all both old as hell. But they're finally divorced. Didn't even really care. They explained why they got divorced, but I didn't really care. I just seen that they were divorced. One of the richest men on the planet, one of the richest women on the planet, because there was no prenup now. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting to talk about. Crazy.
Did you see that them divorcing was going to have so much impact on like other countries and shit like that because they have so many like charitable donations and how much money they fluctuate through other businesses. So they said like a lot of people were like scared of what was going to happen with the divorce. They didn't know where the money was going to go, if it was going to stop the money going to the donations. Like,
it's not going to stop it. I don't think it's going to stop
bro,
anything.
At 27
I feel like
years,
they're both going to still do shit.
Yeah, at 27 years, first off, they age, bro. Ain't no way in hell, you know what I'm saying, she cheated or he cheated. They too old to be cheating.
They just ain't like
each other.
Yeah, like it's just one of those they grew apart, bro. I don't even think it's finna be an ugly divorce. I think Bill Gates finna give her whatever bag. Yeah. Like, I don't even think, like, we're gonna hear about the number and we're gonna be like, damn, she took that from him. But I think it's gonna be like, you know, hey, we're getting a divorce. You know what I'm saying? You've been with me for 27 years. This is what you have earned for being my wife. Cool, let's call it a day. And we ain't never got to talk about it again. But we going to be looking like, oh, she got him. There was no prenup. But I think Bill Gates just going to take it, like, give her bag and go. Because I don't think he really going to care. Like, bro, we talking about one of the richest dudes on the planet, too.
Because the way they announced it like they were both on the same page. They were both okay with it. And they both already had that talk. So it wasn't I'm mad at her, she mad at him type shit. They were okay.
I think they just grew apart. They old, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they got tired of each other. The old, like, I don't think it's gonna be ugly. Like, I don't even think there'll be no court settlement type shit. Like, I think it's Bill Gates gonna give him the money and call it a day. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is what you earned in the 27 years. This is what I think. Like, unless it's a bad number. Now, if he's trying to give her a bad number, then I think it could get ugly. But
Bill Gates is about to die, so he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like they old, bro. I don't see it being. I think it's only a big deal because it's Bill Gates. Like, oh, he's getting a divorce, and it's.
And like I said,
I think it's.
Oh yeah, like I
think it's cool.
Yeah, but like I said, with like the business related, that's why it was such a big deal. Niggas was worried, like if the money was gonna keep flowing in with them separating and shit like that. That's why everybody was like, oh, they broke up. Oh shit. Like, niggas ain't worried about that shit. But if she doing some shit like Dr. Dre wife did, like Dr. Dre wife is like really, or ex-wife, like is robbing that nigga, like blind. But he don't give a fuck.
Different. They ain't goddamn 70 years old either. This is
that's right.
Like, Dr. Dre got a lot of life to live. He made a lot of moves. You know what I'm saying? Selling beats to Apple. Like, he made himself a billionaire. And now she want a piece of that. Well, I think Bill and Melinda just gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? He's such a billionaire that it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It was here go your money. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they built the empire together. So they just gonna 50-50 split whatever they built together. And she's still gonna be a very rich woman that don't have to worry about her kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and forever. Like, she built the empire with him. I think he gonna respect that. So I don't think it's no big deal. Kids involved. Grandkids involved. They old enough for great grandkids and shit like that, so I don't think it matters. It is what it is. The Gates got divorced.
All right, man. Let's move on to this chicken shortage. I got this clip.
What is it? Talking about they out of chicken. Listen.
Welcome to Colonel's Fried Chicken. Unfortunately, we are out of chicken at the moment. Please go wait until we have more chicken. Thank you. God bless.
Is this how niggas gonna be?
Oh man, this is some old bull.
No chicken? You mean I ain't gonna be able to get that bucket?
How can they be out of chicken? It's Colonel's Fried Chicken.
This is outrageous. This is an outrage.
Hello, 911. No, I ain't calling a snitch. I got a real emergency. Yeah, I hope.
Some of us have been looking forward to this day for a long, long time.
Hello, my emergency. These fools done ran out of chicken.
Bro, come on.
How do y'all think this chicken shortage shit about to run down? They are really blaming this chicken shortage, like really on like Popeyes and all these other businesses that been doing that chicken sandwich shit, trying to get into that craze. They really blaming them for having so much chicken, and now they done ran out of this shit, and they don't have enough at this point. So what y'all niggas gonna do without chicken? What y'all niggas gonna do without chicken?
I'm mad at all you niggas buying into the hype.
I didn't think this Popeyes shit was gonna hit this hard.
Bro, I'm mad at all niggas that bought into this hype, bro. Like, but at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying, bro, at the end of the day, bro, we gonna be able to eat chicken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, chickens, like, there's still chicken eggs. So until you tell me the chicken eggs
hit
are
the same though, cause that shit finna be different, bro.
The way they finna genetically engineer this
shit.
Like
it's finna be that, man. The chicken ain't finna taste the same. Like, we know McDonald's chicken is manufactured and processed, but this shit ain't finna taste even the ones that they sell in the store is not even gonna taste the same, bro. Like, this shit finna be different.
Yeah, but I mean, who's to say, like, You know what I'm saying? Who's to say this ain't a money grab? Now everybody go crazy on chicken. They done made, you know what I'm saying, $100 million in a week on some chicken because everybody afraid they going to run out of chicken. Everybody trying to figure out how to last. So I don't know, like, are you really short on chicken? Like, are we really seeing the day where, like, you know what I'm saying? You started seeing it with fast food restaurants, but ain't nobody care about that processed ass chicken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, like McDonald's stopped selling, they took chicken stuff off the menu. But, I mean, it could be a money grab, bro. I mean, a lot of things is all about money. And if we tell everybody we about to run out of chicken, then guess what everybody going to do? Go buy up all the chicken. Next thing you know, they got a full shelf of chicken. You be like, man, I thought y'all was finna run out. Yeah, guess what? You just made me $100 million. I ain't really worried about that chicken no more. So, it could go both ways.
I ain't even think of that shit like that. That's true.
All I know is my heart dropped when I read that shit. That's all I know.
I just blame Popeyes. But I actually blame like all of these non-chicken places that started making chicken sandwiches. Like Burger King. I know Arby's probably got one. Like all of these
McDonald's got one now.
McDonald's
always
made a new one,
but they went back though.
McChicken.
Like
yeah, they had a McChicken, but now
they had the McChicken, but now they went back to like that like you remember that Southern style chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Like they went back to that type of stuff. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Wendy's had went and got one. We ain't got the Asiago joint, like bro. Everybody got some chicken.
Wendy's had the Asiago for some years though. Like,
yeah, but like it got huge ones. Popeyes made chicken. Now the comparisons.
That's
everybody
just because niggas actually started reading the menu. Like that ain't because they started selling more.
Everybody went. Everybody went to you know what I'm saying. Everybody went to compare Popeyes chicken sandwich to Wendy's chicken sandwich to now. Burger King got one. McDonald's then brought back the Southern style type stuff.
Whole time Chick-fil-A sitting over here like. So y'all think
we been here?
Like,
yeah, like we been here.
Real deal, bro. That shit crazy, dog. Would y'all go pescatarian if we literally ran out of chicken, had no more chicken left on this planet? Would y'all niggas go pescatarian?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't got no choice.
Well, it's still beef.
Well, no, I still got beef.
Exactly.
Like, I got ribs.
No. I'm thinking you're excluding beef too. I'm like, yeah.
No, I'm talking about just chicken.
Nah, I wouldn't go pescatarian and eat only fish and shit.
I'm eating beef.
Yeah, if I got ribs,
I'm saying because beef ain't good for you. So I'm like, maybe y'all niggas gonna stay on that health tip.
They're gonna say anything is not good for you. Like
everything ain't good for me.
Like Ocho said, eat what the fuck you want to eat because they're gonna find a way to. They're saying milk isn't good for you. They're saying certain vegetables.
Ocho made a good point.
Good for you anymore. Like,
look at the people that's telling you it ain't good for you. They all fat white men telling you this food ain't good for you, bro. Stop it. Like I ain't listening to that, bro. Stop it. Like, I'm going to eat beef. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If I die because of it, so what, bro? I'm going to die eventually. Like, why not die eating what I want to eat? Like,
because we're supposed to have protein.
That's what I be saying.
We're supposed to have protein, right? Is beef not protein? On the food chart growing up, what did they always tell us? Protein.
Beef was on there.
This and that.
Yeah.
Beef was on there. And now all of a sudden, like 10 years later, beef ain't good for you. You shouldn't even be eating beef. Like, come on now, bro. Eat what the fuck you want to eat. Just make sure you exercise.
You gotta have a balance, bro. You have to have a balance. Though. I don't
but that's it. You just have to have a balance
every day. You have to have a balance, though.
You gotta have a balance.
I don't want to promote your ass to be what was that one documentary they always showed us about to do?
Super Size Me.
The Super Size Me. But that's different. That was the stupidest documentary of all time.
He purposely did not exercise or do anything healthy. Yeah. All he did was eat McDonald's and not do shit.
And people bought into that, bro. Wasn't nobody getting no supersized breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Exactly. Like, bro, stop it. Like that's the stupidest documentary to me. Cause like, bro, nobody was supersizing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might have got that for dinner like once a week. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I had a problem with it. I'm like, bro, they got rid of that. Cause like the one time you high, you drunk, and you want to get them extra fries or the bigger burger or something, nah, I can't get it because that extra soda, I can't get it because Buddy want to eat it 3 times a day for 30 days and he almost died because of attack.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Because it really changed nobody's perspective on McDonald's. Like, niggas was still going to McDonald's, my nigga.
Exactly.
Like, nobody cared.
McDonald's still $1 billion company, bro.
Yeah, facts. All right, man, let's move on to this crypto conversation. The crypto takeover? Me and Edgar were having this conversation yesterday about is the currency going to change fully to crypto in under 5 years? Edgar, you said it would change later, 5 years or later, but I think it would change like in the next few years where we are using straight crypto and straight online type shit.
I wouldn't say over 5 years because when we was talking about it, the gauge that I would say is 3 to 5 5 being the max, because when we was talking about it in the group chat, we were talking about our physical dollars and cents just going to be completely gone. And I agree. One day, physical dollars and cents will not be a form of currency on Earth anymore. But that's going to take time. That's going to take 3 to 5 years, because we're not just talking about the US dollar. We're talking about yen, euros, pesos. You're talking about everybody in the world agreeing on the same topic of eliminating something that has been the form of currency since the beginning of time. So you can't just in 1 or 2 years be like, yeah, everybody agrees that this is where we're going to go. Like, no, you're going to have the United Nations meet up. They're going to have meetings. They're going to have to actually write out some shit. They're going to have to review it like 2 or 3 times. Like, that shit going to take 3 to 5 years to do. That's why I said it's going to take that long.
Mo?
Yeah, I look at, like, so if they make crypto the full currency, I think you got to wait on the small currencies to, like, hit. You look at Dogecoin. You look at Ethereum now, and Bitcoin is why, like, everybody like, oh my God, this is the new wave. But, like, bro, all of us ain't catch on Bitcoin 5 years ago, else we'd all be rich. Like, we probably would be sitting here doing a podcast. It wouldn't even be a podcast no more. We have our own network in the studio, flying, paying for flights. Hey, bro, you want to be a guest? I got you. But we didn't jump on that. So I think you look at Doge, you look at Ethereum, which is on its way up, Ethereum Classic. Like, there's so many, Litecoin, SafeMoon, all these other new currencies. Now I think, like, once they hit, you know what I'm saying, like, in the next couple years, now you're going to be like, okay, because all these businesses are slowly but surely starting to accept crypto coin. Now, a lot of businesses are accepting Bitcoin, obviously, I mean, with the value it's at, but you only accepting, like, rich niggas in a sense. Like, bro, if you got Bitcoin and you really paying for stuff with Bitcoin, like, bro, it's the high dollar Tesla, I think Mercedes or something, Bentley. Bentley just started taking Dogecoin, but that's because you talking about dudes who bought in and put $1,000 down at 1 cent or whatever can now afford a Bentley using Dogecoin. So I think, like, once those start hitting and everybody start realizing this is the move, you're seeing it with Doge now. I mean, it's the social media, everybody going crazy over Doge, and that's why I look at when that one hits. That's when I think they'll start. If it does hit, I think that'll be the transition, because you're looking at, bro, people with hardly any funds was able to get in on Dogecoin and be up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Your regular person could get in on Dogecoin early, and everybody Doge to the moon. Like, that's a real thing, bro, because us regular folks, bro, that work regular jobs or whatever we do, they got regular ass lifestyles. Now, like, man, we up 4 bands. We up 20 bands because I put $1,000 or whatever. So now it's like, I think they could move on to that. But, like Edgar said, bro, it's not going to happen overnight. Like, there's going to be a lot of, like, meetings and sit downs, and the whole world going to have to really agree, because when it's some value somewhere else, it ain't no value there. So now everybody can't do it. And then you got to think about, like, how you going to do businesses. Like, is everything going to become online?
Salaries got to change. Like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to all the homeless people? Like, because
people's
working for the dollar.
But I'm not saying it's all.
But you working for the dollar.
But it's all online though. We're already using debit cards and shit like that. That's all online.
Oh yeah.
This thing, no physical dollars in actual physical sense is what I was trying to say. That's going to be gone. That's going to be gone sooner than later.
When an agreement happens, the transition will be smooth, because once they finally figure out how the fuck they're gonna do the shit, it's going to take them to figure out how it's going to happen. That's what's going to take so long.
Now
once they figure it out,
job,
the actual action is gonna be cool.
Your high paying job, you get paid in Bitcoin. Your mid level job, like your mid class citizens, will be paid in Ethereum, and then like your
they gonna have to figure all that out.
Fast food will be paid in like SafeMoon and Dogecoin. Like,
that's gonna take. About
this
3
is
to 5
Dogecoin
years.
amount. Like, that's what you'll be working towards, because at the same time, bro, you still working for the American dollar, and then you trying to turn your American dollar into some crypto. But eventually, I mean, you see NFL players. There's a couple of them that asked, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked
for that
about
payment.
that.
The dude that asked for his payment in Bitcoin. Now look at him. He actually made a few more million asking to get paid half his contract in crypto and Bitcoin than he actually would have. He actually made, I think, like 16, 17 million as opposed to 12. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you see guys are starting to, they might start do that and be like, bro, I want to get paid $50,000 per Bitcoin, measure that up to my $10 million or whatever. But when that shoot up to 100 or 100,000, Now I'd have made an extra 50,000 per coin that you done paid me off my 5-10 million. Bro, that shit add up, bro. These dudes is up 7-8 million. You know what I'm saying? So now they might be like, well, man, I'm never paying. Either they're gonna stop it and I'm never paying somebody no Bitcoin because they really made a jug off me, or they're just that's gonna be the new route. I just don't see it. I see about 5 years. Like 5 years from now, I could see like cryptocurrency just completely taking over.
Yeah. But I really think like 3 years from now, like dollars and cents gonna be no more. Dollars and cents, because we already using the debit cards, the credit cards. We already into that shit. Everything is online, PayPal, all of that shit is already there. But I'm saying like, damn, what the fuck was I about to say, bro? Fuck. I don't blank what the fuck I was about to say, my nigga. We talked about this shit yesterday. Fuck.
You want me to go to the message? I'll go to the message.
Yeah, go to the message, because I don't forgot what the fuck I said.
Hold on.
I was making a good point about that shit too, but I hate when I fucking.
Dollars and cents aren't necessary anymore. We already had a corn shortage anyway, and
that's what I was trying to say. The corn shortage, my nigga. The corn shortage ended up coming through, and it didn't really affect anything, my nigga, because we so deep into the cars with the credit and the debit. So it's like, my nigga, we already see that we don't need coins. Dollars is just for the old niggas at this point. If you a young person, you using a credit or a debit card for most of your purchases, and you using PayPal and you using Cash App, and you using stuff along those lines. So we finna get that cash and currency, that type of currency, up out of here. And once we start to get to straight online purchases with the debit card and the credit cards, it's gonna be an easy transition, I feel like, into the crypto. Once you get everything online and everything with account based, you can transition everything into the crypto, because I think people will still be getting paid in dollars and cents. I don't think like in 5 years that people will be getting paid in Bitcoin or people will be getting paid in Ethereum. People will just be getting paid how they're getting paid now, just direct deposit, and you can do an easy transition into it being a Bitcoin or quickly into being an Ethereum or something like that. I don't think it has to change that much into old people getting paid in Bitcoin and they don't know what the fuck to do with the Bitcoin because they don't know what the fuck Bitcoin is. Like, I think people still gonna get paid the normal way, but just no dollars and cents, like nothing physical. You feel what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I can feel that. I feel that.
All right, man, let's move on to which Marvel movie show are you looking forward to? I'm about to play a little bit of this scene, so y'all just sit back.
I've lived a lot of lives. But I'm done running from my past. We have unfinished business. Who's we?
When you love something, you fight for it. We're the ones who changed everything.
Yes, sir. That shit looks fucking amazing, bro. So which Marvel movie or show are you looking forward to the most?
Black Panther for sure, because I'm really eager to see how they finna carry this shit on. So Black Panther, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and Doctor Strange. Them probably my top three.
Yeah, I say Black Panther. I want Black Widow. You know what I'm saying? That's coming out soon, if I'm not mistaken. Black Widow.
July.
I want to see how they July. So I want to see how they carry that out, like with her, kind of by herself. I want to see the Marvels. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I want to see the Marvels and see what they do. Obviously, you know, we're in like a time of like women empowerment. So we got 3 women superheroes. We got a black woman as a superhero. So I want to see how they do with that and how they're going to be able to carry that on with obviously Captain Marvel already having her own movie. But like the most exciting is Black Panther. Because like You know, both Chadwick Boseman, he died. So how did they carry it on? You know, they've had a couple people from the set like kind of talk about, man, it's been tough, like with him not there, kind of recording the movie and stuff. So how do they keep that alive? And is this the end of the Black Panther? Like, is the second Black Panther movie the last Black Panther movie we see for a while? Because, like, who do you have playing Black Panther? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Chadwick Boseman gone, who you have playing Black Panther? Like, who could you imagine that could step into that role? So I kind of wonder, I want to see the end of that movie to know, like, is there going to be another one? So that's my biggest thing with that one is this the second movie and the end of it? Or are we going to see another one and we kind of get a hint, you know, from one of the celebrities or something on who's going to play Black Panther from here on out?
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to Black Panther as well, but I'm looking forward to the Eternals, I think, the most, because I don't know anything about them niggas, and I think they have something to do with X-Men and, like, the mutant gene and shit like that. So they're going to give us some background on that, and I want to see how they introduced the X-Men. So I want to see that movie the most, but I agree with the Black Panther thing. I think the Black Panther will end up being Shuri, though. I think they're going to go in that route. What'd you say?
You could just go to Marvel.com and like just type in the Eternals in the search bar, and they'll give you like a whole comic background on like what it's from.
I looked down some videos. I want to see how it has to do with like how they introduce the mutants. And
okay.
Yeah, how they introduce the mutants into the MCU. But I think the Black Panther movie will be more introduced to like the country. We're going to get more of a broad perspective of the country instead of just like one person. And that's why they ended up putting like Wakanda Forever, because they didn't want to just be on the Black Panther or whoever they replacing with Shuri. It's going to be about the country trying to overcome some shit. And I think that's going to be the Atlantis that we got a hint of. Like, I think when we got a hint of Atlantis, like in Endgame, they had said something about Atlantis drowning the cities. I think that's what it's going to be about. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm real surprised that they're saving the end of Phase 4 with the Fantastic Four movie. I was not expecting that. So instead of, because I predicted we were going to get like cameos of Fantastic Four stuff in Spider-Man, and I'm thinking they're going to plug shit in all these movies, which they might, but we're probably not really going to get a real sneak peek at some Fantastic Four shit until 2022, around the end of that year, maybe going into 2023. So we got like 3-4 years before we really even see a Fantastic Four movie. I don't know if they did that on purpose. I don't know if it's because they don't know who to cast or if they just really.
I think they already got the cast.
But damn, like you got the cast and you just gonna have them sitting like that for like 3 to 4 years. Like I better see cameos.
Why they didn't have a Blade? I was surprised they didn't have a Blade on there. They already introduced who Blade was gonna be.
They didn't put TV series on there though. They just put movies. They ain't put TV.
Blade gonna be a movie, no?
I don't know, but I'm just saying though. They ain't tell us about TV series.
I can see him be like Blade being a TV series because like, bro,
it's
tough to make it a movie when you talk about like who you got to envision who could play it outside of Wesley Snipes and like, bro,
they already hired somebody. They already hired Mahershala Ali.
Yeah. He's the only other person that can play Blade.
Yeah, but the movie is like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just don't come. The thing is, bro, we've seen movies come after so long. And they just don't hit the same. Not every movie is hit the same. We've seen everybody trying to remake movies that we love growing up, and it just don't hit the same. I just don't know if Blade would hit the same. I know, like, the whole, like, imagine now with today's technology, the vampires and shit would be crazy. But at the same time, like, even though they might,
the show would be better.
Yeah, like it just, I think a show would be a lot more entertaining to get into. Especially you see how everybody rolled for Black Lightning, like. Everybody rolled for like a black TV show, a black superhero. So I think you could do that same thing and it really be more of a hit as far as a one-time movie. And if it sucks, it sucks. Like you could make a TV show better. A movie suck, nobody gonna be interested in part 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, however you want to look at it. So I think a TV show will be better. And if the TV show a hit, make it a movie.
All right, moving on. We got J. Cole. Jermaine? That man is coming back with an album on May 14th, bruh. What y'all think we getting with this fucking album? And if you had to predict right now, bro, out of 10, what y'all giving it? Y'all think it's gonna be one of his best ones? Like, how y'all feeling about this upcoming project?
I'ma say I'm underestimate it. I'ma say 8.5. Because when he said it's been years in the making, I'm like, I hope he don't try us and like put majority of
old
old shit. I hope he don't do that. That's why I'm underrating it right now.
But you underrating it at an 8.5. That's pretty high.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
8.5 of the album is a hell of an album, bro.
But it's cold. Like
yeah,
real, like straight cold. 9.5, 10. So I'm going 8.5 just off of the fact.
And is he having features on this? Is he going to have features?
Yeah.
If he has features,
I feel like features are going to be on this one. I feel like features are going to be on this one.
If I was to predict a feature, I think he got a Kendrick Lamar track on there.
Me too.
I think he got a Kendrick Lamar track on there.
Could we get that old track that they flipped on each other's songs with? Are we finally gonna get that on the album?
I mean, you remember we thought they was both dropping a collab album with those tracks. That was supposed to be the introduction to like a collab album. Mm-hmm. So do we think they made a track together at that point in time and they gonna give it to us? Because like Lil Wayne's done it. You know what I'm saying? I think Lil Wayne with the Kendrick Lamar track, I know he gave us a lot of his new stuff that we wasn't feeling, but I feel like that song that he put with Kendrick Lamar, I feel like that they been did that. That sounded like the Kendrick Lamar we fell in love with. That sounded like the Lil Wayne that we've known from past at that point in time that he would have made a song with Kendrick. I give Cole, I expect a 10 out of 10. First off, here's what I'm gonna tell you. I expect a 10 out of 10. Cause J. Cole gotta show these new niggas who the hell J. Cole is. Cause all
Cole
of
is
them
on the throne right now. Cole's on the throne right now.
But he's not. Like, he is if you love J. Cole. Yeah, he's on the throne. But how long has it been since he dropped the album? Then you talk about you tried to stay relevant. I ain't gonna say stay relevant as if he's been irrelevant for me. Man, look, the warm up, I could go down. I know the come up, all that. But he came with KOD, and that was at the time while the new niggas like, man, J. Cole really ain't that good. All these young niggas like, he ain't that good. Because they feeling Lil Baby, Lil Uzi, all them boys at that point in time. But I think it's going to be 10 out of 10. J. Cole going to reclaim the throne if he fell off for you. And he going to take what's his and let you know, bro, he the best rapper in the game right now. Everybody talk about best rappers in the game. They bringing up Lil Baby and the Baby, whatever baby they want to bring up, whatever young boy, all them boys. J. Cole finna show, bro. Look, lyrical shit is still relevant, and the reason I say that, bro, J. Cole and not J. Cole, Jay-Z and dropped a track on DJ Khaled album, and boom, they had to let y'all know the OG still got it. Like, bro, this music still lives on, and this is what we do. I think J. Cole gonna do the same thing, bro. He been so for the culture. You think it's for no reason? Like, he's for the culture. He always has been. But you think he's been so for the culture and fighting so hard, hasn't give us an album to give us some poop? Like, nah, it's not going to happen.
It's going to be album of the year, though. Album of the year? Because we got Drake dropping. I hear Kendrick finna drop.
We got Culture 3 dropping.
So, the Culture 3 going to be trash.
Oh,
I don't
trash.
Think
okay,
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
I don't think Migos. I don't think Migos got it no more. I don't think they got it no more.
I don't think it's gonna be complete trash. 6.5 out of 10.
I give it like a 5.5, bro. I don't even think the Migos together. Like, I don't think the Migos together finna really make it. But I mean, if we talking about
said that, Mo.
I mean, look now. If Migos go crazy, I'm gonna be like, hey, they snap. I wasn't expecting this. Because I just feel like the Migos are slightly irrelevant as the Migos now. Like, I think you got Quavo, you got Offset, and you got Takeoff. I just don't see them putting together no two in this time.
They're like, never going to. No, I don't do that. I don't.
Because Culture 2, I didn't think Culture 2 was that good, though, bro.
Culture 2 wasn't that good, and they still had some bangers on there. That's the crazy part.
But Culture it wasn't good, though, bro. You seen the decline in Migos, bro.
Yeah, you seen it. Like, you already witnessed it. And then we sitting here talking about, but we talking about album of the year.
Album of the year.
If I had to put
Drake is getting album of the year. I'm telling you.
I agree.
Drake gonna get the most famous. Like,
if Kendrick drops,
Drake still gonna get it.
Kendrick been away for so long, bro.
Kendrick's gonna get it.
It's gonna be Kendrick. Kendrick ain't been away for too long.
Kendrick's gonna get it on an award level. Drake is gonna get it on a like commercially
social media level, bro.
And
TikTok.
Then Cole is gonna get it on. Don't say TikTok like Drake. Just a TikTok nigga. Like, don't do that.
No, like what I'm saying
Just
is,
slide is his shit.
no, but listen, like we in an era where like social media is gonna enhance how great something is.
I don't like that
You're
shit.
not
Though.
gonna-
I don't like how music is coming up like that though,
I don't
bro.
like
But
that
you're not
either.
gonna
I
really
don't like
see
that
like to be honest, bro. Like here's how I looked at it. Drake in his prime, Cole in his prime, Kendrick in his prime. They was the heart, mind, and soul of music. Period. Point blank. Like them was the three best artists out. I understand a lot of people do hate Drake. I'm sorry, bro. He was the heart. You know
Who
what I'm
hates
saying?
Drake?
No.
People hate Drake.
It's
Like,
a lot of
I've
niggas
heard,
that hate Drake.
I've
It's
heard
a lot-
Drake slander,
it's a
bro.
lot of
Like,
niggas
yes,
that hate
bro.
Drake.
I've heard
If you
Drake
look on
slander.
social media comments, it's so much Drake slander.
I've
bro.
heard Drake slander, but he was the heart. You know what I'm saying? I think J. Cole was the mind, and I think Kendrick was the soul of rap music at that point in time. And I think Wale, a very underrated rapper. When we
Wale
talk
is
about guys
one
in
of the
their
most
prime,
underrated rappers
I
of
think
all
Wale
time,
was
bro.
like the melody. Like you had the heart, the mind, the soul, and then you had the melody. You had that
The
guy that
album
carried.
about nothing.
Oh, like so. I think.
No, bro.
I think if Cole, Kendrick, and Drake drop, I think you might be. Yeah, you're gonna compare them. That's what we love to do. But I think you're gonna go back and say, damn, J. Cole was the mind, Kendrick was the soul, and Drake was the heart. Bro, we know he finna drop some love music, bro. It's what? Loverboy is the name of the album. Yeah, Certified Lover Boy, and it's dropping in the summertime. Like, bro, he finna drop some stuff that get to your heart. J. Cole finna make you think, and Kendrick finna speak to your soul. So I don't want to say J. Cole's albums of the year, because I think if all three of them drop this year in the next couple months, bro, I'm gonna love it all the same.
This,
just on
this
a
might
different
be
level.
this might be one of the greatest years of music if all three of them niggas drop. Because
I agree.
You know what year was really hard for real? I want to say 2013.
2013.
What?
Didn't we get Nothing Was the Same? Didn't we get Nothing Was the Same?
We got
Nothing Kid,
like,
Mad City.
I'm counting
and Born Sinner?
multiple projects.
Yeah, we got
I'm
all
not
three
even
of
just counting
those.
them three. I'm counting like
all
a
three
lot
of
of
them
other
2013.
artists too. I'm counting a lot
Bro,
of
and we had got hold up, but in 2013 we had got Big Sean with his Detroit, like he came with them.
Dude,
Wale.
that's still his best project too. That's still his
Oh,
best project.
Ambition, Wale with Amp. Ooh,
Bro, we got all that in 2013, bro. Like, and you talk
up
about,
there.
bro, 2013 was up there. Then you talk about your street guys that came in, Meek Mill. I know it was a mixtape, but he came in with Dream Chasers 2 in 2013. Like, you look at a lot of, bro, 2013 might have been
I'm
one of the
counting
toughest.
2016 though, because Thug was on his shit 2016. Future on his shit 2016.
Future been on this shit though. Like,
I know. I'm just saying though. Like,
What he
as
dropped
far
in
as, like,
2016? What he dropped in 2016?
Drake dropped Views. Thug dropped Slime Season 3. What Future dropped in 2016?
Was that the one with digits on it?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
That
Damn,
was
what Future dropped? Purple Rain. Future dropped Purple Rain in 2016.
I think he dropped that in like 2015 though.
Nah, he dropped Dirty Sprite 2 in
He dropped
2015.
Ain't No Time in 2016.
Yeah, with Evil and all that. Yeah,
that's the Evil. Yeah,
He dropped Purple Rain in 2016 too, because that came out right before
he dropped
Graduated.
Purple. I'm gonna tell you. I know he dropped Purple Rain in 2015 because I was living in Georgia at the time, right before I went to the military. So I know he dropped Purple Rain at that point in time because
I
was
promise
living
to
in Georgia
God,
at the
Future
time.
did not drop Purple Rain and Dirty Sprite 2 in the same year. There's
Yeah,
no
he
way
did,
that
bro.
nigga did that.
Yeah, he did,
Quincy,
bro.
look that up.
Bro,
I swear to God, he ain't dropped both of
Future
them
been
in the
running,
same
bro.
He dropped
You
in
know
2016. That was 2016. That was 2016.
Yeah, I'm about to say he
Was
ain't
it?
dropped
So it
Purple
was like
Rain
the
and
beginning.
Dirty Sprite 2
It was like the beginning. It had to be in the beginning because
That's
he
what I'm
dropped
saying.
it before I went to the military.
He dropped
So-
Purple Rain in April of 2016. Like, I remember.
Nah,
when
it was before that. I know it was before that.
How the fuck you know the fucking month, nigga?
Yeah, like, bro, I went to the military in March, bro. That's how I base it. I went to the military in March of 2016, and Purple Rain was already out. I know I was listening to it before that, but still, like, bro, that's the thing. We talk about, just bringing up Future. Bro, Future one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Future top
People
20.
never wanna
He's
hear.
not going to get the credit he
People
deserves.
never
bro.
want to
Future
hear
is
it,
not
bro.
20, bro.
People
He's
will
not
never
gonna get the
want to
credit
hear
he
it, bro.
deserves. Yep.
I'm not saying he top 5, top 10. I'm not giving him that because we got to give it to the lyrical
Nigga top
geniuses.
20. I'm giving.
I mean,
top
my
20.
greatest rapper of all time, a lot of people would disagree with mine, but my greatest rapper of all time is Lil Wayne.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank you.
see
We're
how
in
you
total
can say
agreement.
much different. But
Wayne is the GOAT, and
Future-
nothing comes close.
Future is going like Future is a top
I wouldn't argue.
15 guy. Like
I'll say 20. I'll say 20.
I don't think.
I'll say
I think it's
15
because he's
though.
nobody's favorite rapper. He's nobody's favorite rapper. So
But you
nobody
have to
gonna
look
put him
at
up in that
like,
conversation.
but I think he's got to go top 15 because the reason I say that, bro, you got to take away You got to give the lyrical geniuses their credit, but you got to take that shit away eventually. After we talk about like Hov, Pac, Biggie,
Impact.
Wayne, Eminem,
Because you got to talk about
you got to start talking about
You got to
impact.
talk about the sound. You got to talk about
Look
the way
at
he
all
changed
these,
the culture.
bro. He's
like,
the GOAT of, like, you talk about Wayne. Really, Wayne raised a lot of these niggas, bro.
A lot
Like, you
of
really
these
think
niggas,
about
bro.
it. And he was the greatest in his era anyway. But then you talk about, like, I don't know if there's a Future if there was no Wayne, but then you talk about Future kind of elevated what Wayne has started anyway. Now you got the Uzis and all
Wayne
these
the
guys,
reason
bro,
niggas
like,
apologizing. He the reason niggas apologizing. Once that nigga said sorry for the way, everybody else started apologizing. On
bro,
this
you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think Wayne is the GOAT. This is my favorite rapper, so I'm gonna think he the greatest just because that's who I love listen to the most.
Me too.
But at the same time, bro, Future not gonna get the credit he deserves. But when it's all said and done, and you look at his catalog, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Future might be the only nigga that has a chance of having a versus battle against Lil Wayne. He might be the only nigga, bro.
Quincy, did I not say this? And did niggas on social media not eat me alive for saying this?
Bro,
niggas really trying to act like I was talking crazy when I said this.
Future can keep up with
Bro,
Wayne. For
he
sure.
might. I think he lose, but he might be the only nigga, bro. Like when I really think about somebody catalog for a versus, bro, Future might be the only one that has. I think Drake has a chance.
Oh,
Drake
Drake
does have a chance,
Drake
but some of
definitely
Drake's songs on the verses, if you really think about it, he put some songs on the verses. A couple of his songs gonna have Wayne on there too, though.
Drake
Like,
can't go against Future because they have too many songs together. They have way too many hits together.
But Drake, I think, can go against Wayne. 'Cause some of his, I don't say something, but you talk about some of his best songs with features are with Wayne. You gonna put Right Above It on there. Like if I'm gonna come hard, I'm gonna put Right Above It on there. Like there's a few that you gonna put. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in. Like you got to put that on there if I'm Drake, because that's kind of what really got Drake becoming Drake, and Lil Wayne on there. Like there's a few tracks where like I feel like Drake and Wayne robbed us of an album. Like the same way I feel about Kendrick and Cole, they robbed us of an album. I think Drake and Wayne robbed us of the same. We were supposed to get an album from them too. They owe us.
All right, man. Let's move on to Pass the Ox, man. What y'all got for song of the week?
Waukesha by Moneybag. That shit too hard.
I agree with what Mo was saying earlier, man. That Jay-Z, Nas, and DJ Khaled shit. That's sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, bro.
I've been playing that shit all week, my
Me
nigga. So
too.
that's definitely the one. That's definitely the
But
one.
that nigga
old
Waukesha,
school
that nigga remixed
had to
One
let
in a
you
Million.
know.
That nigga,
Bro, the old school niggas had to let you know, and then a very underrated album, just to throw an album out that Murray dropped the album, bro, and people really sleep on that album, bro. That shit go crazy, bro. The
Murray
nigga that made Quicksand? Yeah. His album go crazy,
okay.
bro. I'm not gonna lie, his album go crazy. But if I pick like song of the week, bro, I gotta go Sorry Not Sorry with Nas and Jay-Z, bro. The OGs,
I ain't mad at
the
that.
GOATs,
I ain't
the
mad at
OGs
that.
and the GOATs let us know, bro. They on they boss shit and they
that
squash
shit
their
definitely
beef.
on repeat.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying, and they show, bro, they still got it. Like when they get on the mic, they still got it. Don't forget who Nas is. Like I think it was like they should have really named the song Never Forget. I don't care what they was talking about. Just never forget who the hell Jay-Z and Nas is. That's how I look at it.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So we do have movie and show reviews. We already have movie and show reviews out. We have been reviewing Invincible. That just stopped this past week. Snowfall. Edgar, what else we been reviewing?
We
Just
finished
had Mortal Kombat.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We just finished.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And we got a lot of stuff coming up. You know, we got to do Without Remorse with Michael B. Jordan. We got to do Concrete Cowboy with Idris Elba.
Mitchell's vs. Machines.
Mitchell's vs. Machines. You just
Mitchell's
sent me that.
vs. Machines
That's
is
on
fire.
Netflix. I'm hoping Quincy don't like anime, but I'm hoping we could do Yasuke because that shit fire about the Black
Somebody
Samurai
had
in
just
Japan.
tweeted us a suggestion what they wanted us to watch.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming. Yasuke.
They said Yasuke on Netflix about a black samurai. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, okay. Somebody just tweeted us that they wanted us to review that.
That's what Russ and them was trying to tell us when we was on their pod. With Lakeith Stanfield,
He said a black basketball player.
He was talking about some other shit. But the Black Samurai is Lakeith Stanfield. He the voiceover for the character.
Really?
Bro, that shit hard, bro. That shit hard. It's only 6 episodes, so I was mad about that because the shit didn't really all come together until like episode 4, 5, and 6. So it was kind of slow, but the shit is good. The content is good. I love Lakeith Stanfield, how he did something totally different with that because a lot of niggas don't do anime. And I feel like when they start making multiple seasons and more episodes, you're gonna love the shit. So y'all got to check out.
Lakeith Stanfield was in Death Note. I know Death Note was an anime as well, but he was in Death Note as like the cop or whatever, the tech.
Yep.
So yes, I know he definitely gets involved with that shit, man. So what you been keeping up with, Mo? What shows?
Snowfall is my shit. First off, like,
Yeah.
I don't like the way it ended, cause like I'm sitting here like, damn, where they finna go from there? I ain't really watch like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I ain't really watch Invincible. I ain't really.
You gotta watch
like
Invincible, my nigga.
Invincible is top tier, my nigga.
I'm not much of like a show guy. Like I watched Snowfall. I watched All American. But other than that, bro, like I just
if you can sit through All American, my nigga, you can watch Invincible. If you can sit through All American,
I be all in the sports, bro. Like I just be all into the NBA, the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Especially my podcast being mainly sports. I gotta make sure I'm on my game, bro. I can be that guy talking highlights. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just sit there and I didn't watch this game. I ain't see this. I can't speak much on this. So I'll just be all in the sports, honestly, bro. Usually in the summertime is when I'll be able to sit down and catch back up on like what's been hot in TV shows. Once the NBA obviously over with, NFL died down. I don't watch baseball like that or hockey. So when NBA died down and kind of end, that's when like I use summertime to catch back up on everything that got all the hype. I watched Without Remorse though. I thought it was good.
Mom said it was booty cheeks.
No,
I thought it was good.
But it could have been.
I didn't think it was great. Like I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I love Mortal Kombat though. I thought Mortal Kombat was a great movie. I don't care. Like, could it have done better? Possibly. Like, cause I felt like the end of it made me realize.
Did you fuck with Cole? Did you fuck with Cole?
Nah, bro, he was pointless. Like, where'd he come from? Like, who is this guy? Like,
how
you know
did you
what
fuck
I'm saying?
with the movie then if you didn't fuck with Cole?
Cause like, bro, outside of him, bro, it was a great movie, but it was one of those like, who is this nigga? Like, who is this nigga? Yeah, I think it was great, bro. Like, you gotta think about it. Cause here's the thing, bro. You gotta think about it, bro. They had to take away, like, bro, it's not the old school joint. Like, I feel like if you let go of what Mortal Kombat was before allow it to start the new series now, I think Mortal Kombat was really good. But like a lot of us, bro, we hold on to like what Liu Kang used to look like as opposed to the wimpy nigga they had. But at the same time, like, bro, I thought it was a really good movie. And now the way it ended, like, they finna bring Johnny Cage in the picture and all that. They finna search. Cause I was like, damn, what Johnny Cage? Like, I'm looking for this bitch. Yeah, I'm looking like, wow, all these niggas. But then they was, you know what I'm saying? It showed that they finna bring them in there. So I think like when the series is all said and done, you know, 6-7 years from now, I think this series is gonna be really good, bro. Like I think it was a great movie, bro. Like the greatest, nah, but I think it was a great movie. I definitely thought it was better than Without Remorse. I expected more from Without Remorse. I don't think Michael B. Jordan the greatest actor.
Me neither.
No one said he was.
Yeah, I don't. Like, he's just in really good movies,
but a lot of people
bro.
say he is that though.
He's very good.
He's just a guy who gets in a good role in very good movies. Like, he just happens to be in very good movies. Like, Creed.
I want to call him a great actor, bro.
Like, Creed, I think you could have got, like, when I look at great actors, I look at, bro, could you find another dude to play that role? I think you could have found another dude other than Michael B. Jordan to play Creed. Well, like, and I look at another boxing movie, I don't think you could have had anybody but Sylvester Stallone play Rocky, and I don't think you could have had anybody but Will Smith play Muhammad Ali.
The only movie where he was irreplaceable, bro, was Fruitvale Station. That's the only way he was irreplaceable, bro.
He might have been irreplaceable in Black Panther, bro. His role in Black Panther, Killmonger.
He was irreplaceable in Black Panther. He was irreplaceable in Fruitvale Station. What other movies he'd have been in? He'd have been in.
He wasn't irreplaceable in Creed.
Trash.
Huh?
He wasn't irreplaceable in Creed. I could have found another nigga. I don't know who, but I could have found one.
But
I could have found one of them niggas from Britain. I could have found one of them British niggas who got a good accent, bro. Come over here, bro, and play Creed, bro.
What you talking? Just Mercy? That shit was flawless.
Yeah, I get
Just Mercy now.
It was good. It was a really good movie. It was a really, really good movie. But like, I just don't know if I can say like, yeah, I couldn't find anybody else to play that role. Like, he's a good actor. He's not a great actor. He good and the women love him. Like, I think he's good and the women love him, bro. So that bumps up your points. Like, there's a couple actors who consider great. Well, we go back and it's like, bro, if the women didn't love you, bro, your movies was good. You were in really great movies, but your role in that movie wasn't that great. Like, when you really go back and think about it.
Man, I feel like
you're not up there with the Lakeiths and the Kaluas, bro.
No, he's not up there, but I feel like he's the tier right below, which is they're astounding, and he's.
But
great.
that tier right below is kind of like.
Okay, if you're trying to count multiple people in it, you could say that. But if his name is the only name in that,
so
tier
if he's
below,
in tier 2 alone, then I mean, cause like especially when you talking about like, bro, I think see they from Britain and all that, bro. They all
Damson Idris, is he better than Damson Idris?
I mean, other than Snowfall, like what flawless shit is Damson Idris like actually done?
What was that movie with old boy that he just came out with? Damn, what's the movie with
Idris is in the movie?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I did not even know that shit,
Bro, he was in a military movie with damn, what, bro? I done shot a blank, bro. Y'all gotta go look, bro, on Netflix, or I got the Fire Stick, so I done seen it, but I think it was on Netflix, bro. Damn, I forgot his name though. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Outside, I seen the picture of that, but I didn't.
That was a good movie, bro. That was a good movie. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. Yeah, with Anthony Mackie. There you go. Outside of blank. Yeah. That was a good movie, bro.
I did not even see that shit.
It's an action movie too, which is crazy
Yeah.
because I see him as like that gangster in Snowfall. Now he in an action movie. But yeah, that was a good movie.
Crazy. All right, man. Let's get on out of here. Mo, man, where can they find you?
Yeah, go follow me at Twitter and Instagram, Up in Flames Pod. Twitter and Instagram, also Mo_Cheese15 for my personal account. Check Up in Flames Podcast. Anyway, you can get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, iHeart Radio, all that. Also, go check out offtheballnetwork.com for all your sports needs and entertainment. We cover sports real heavy over there. That's mainly my thing. So to be able to talk entertainment with y'all was definitely great, bro. And I appreciate y'all for having me on.
No problem,
man,
bro.
No
Appreciate
big deal, man. Definitely gonna get you back on, my boy. Definitely love.
Yeah, I gotta get y'all back. I gotta get y'all on my show, bro. I know it's more sports centric, so it's gonna be more solely sports, but at the same time, bro, I definitely gotta return the favor, bro. When people bring me on their show, I love to bring them on mine, bro. Give them the same platform and everything like that. So yeah, bro, I'm definitely gonna have y'all on Up in Flames. We gonna make it shake.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. All right. Hey, where can they find us?
You can hit us up on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. And our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, or concerns.
Yes, and subscribe to all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube. Just type in Q and sign E Podcast. And subscribe to my YouTube. Just type in Quincy Hicks and subscribe to the YouTube. We appreciate you guys for listening. And we out. Peace.